folks. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. We surely do appreciate it. I hope you're having a fantastic evening. It is Wednesday, my dudes, and we're not cute little adorable mouse people. We are badass defenders of the Imperium, so that can only mean one thing. It's time for Dark Heresy. Andy, what's happening?
First of all,
being a cute little mouse person, for the record.
Badass defenders of the Imperium is a stretch for what you guys.
Also fair. Okay,
it's a pretty cool name, though.
On both accounts. Also, I'm not a mouse person. I'm a weasel. So get it right, Derek. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Derek, get your shit together.
We'll get there.
Mouse culture, not cool.
Appropriating mouse culture.
Hey, Derek, I don't like how you're treating Derek right now.
Yeah, can you like cool it on Derek a little bit?
Maybe.
Like abusive relationship with yourself. Calling yourself an idiot, man. Like, nah. You need to leave him.
I do deserve better than that, asshole.
You do deserve better than that, asshole.
Cursive Angel of the raid. Welcome in, folks. Thank you so much for the raid. Much appreciated. Much love. Welcome in.
Thank you so much.
So, yeah, last time we were here, you guys finished up the first mission that you were on in Notara Prime. This new region of space that has recently been reclaimed by the Imperium of Man. By recently, it's been a few decades, but it takes a while for the Imperium to set up infrastructure and make sure all the Xenos are being taken care of.
Taken care of.
Your first mission took you to the planet of Notara, an agri-world here in the system, the largest agri-world in the system, where you guys uncovered a heresy, conspiracy, among some of the native humans that were here who had apparently been accepted into the Imperial fold. They were worshipping dark gods, performing profane rituals, corrupting the food that they were producing on the world, or in a specific region of the world, and you cleansed the area of heresy, not without taking some damage to your souls and minds in the process. But you were able to get off the planet. You had to call in backup from your Inquisitor, who sent a squad of Sisters of Battle to help you with some demon issues. By this point, though, it has been a few weeks since those events have passed. You've spent the time on the Wings of Contrition, your Inquisitor's flagship here in Notara Prime. Time has been spent in reflection, training, whatever else your characters choose to do in their spare time to unwind and try and forget the horrors of all the things that you've seen so far. But it's time, once again, where your comm links, wherever you are on the ship, go off. Your Inquisitor's personal aide is requesting that the five of you report for duty to the bridge of the Wings of Contrition.
Okay. Let's see.
Dripped the fuck out, looking glorious as a servant of the Emperor possibly can.
Rocking that Tempestus.
You're doing that walk, just all business.
Yeah. I definitely stride through, definitely making my presence known, before I even come through with, the loud clack of my boots on the grate, down the hall. And as I kind of come in, or, I guess rather before I come in, I just do a final inspection, check the Aquila on my, my chest and ensure that my good old-fashioned, Maccabean Janissary armor is in tip-top shape for entering and going to attention.
polished. The death mask that you wear, polished to a shine. Yeah. Take it you're the first one to get to the bridge. Being prompt and reporting for duty, like a good little soldier boy.
Yep. Soldier boy.
Soldier
Um,
boy. Yeah.
Then, yep, you get to the bridge. The doors, the big ornate archway doors, slide open with a hiss. The bridge seems to be quite active at the moment. They seem to be redirecting the course of the ship from its orbit around the planet of Notara. And yeah, your Inquisitor sort of spins on the chair that he's sitting on the bridge when you enter.
I'm just at attention. I don't say shit. I'm learning, okay?
Man,
Great.
doing God's work.
Andy,
Mm-hmm.
may I make a quick influence roll for over the last following weeks to see if I could get a hold of a stealth claw?
Yep.
Ooh.
Alright, this is a
neat.
minus 30, so I need a 4 or lower.
Go
So,
for it, dude.
Four.
Let's go.
Okay, I'll.
but this
Easy.
one is his reasonings behind it is he would have asked and done some research on any weapon that might have been more helpful that takes advantage of his uses. The stealth claw is not only sanctified against demonic entities, but if I do an all-out attack, it has increased damage equal to my psi rating.
Oh, that's badass.
I'm gonna go all out. I didn't want to, but I have to.
Hey, don't expect you didn't expect the frail old man like call an ambulance, but not from me.
For me, yeah.
Then you've got fate points and stuff. You can start burning them. Really.
Nah, there ain't a fate roll in the world that's gonna save you from that.
Mm-hmm.
Target number 4. Yep.
You did. You actually technically got a 4, I believe.
I got a 4 in there.
But then minus 30.
No, the target was 4. I rolled 30.
Oh, so you rolled a 30. Okay. Well, that's still poopy. So I wish you luck.
So yeah, no joy requisitioning such a weapon.
You can't fate point that one, can you?
You can.
You can.
I don't see why not.
You know what?
I did last time.
Why not?
We're gonna get into a shootout. You're gonna have no fate points left.
Nope. No. Yep,
33.
that's 33. All right. Whatever. It's cool. He tried.
Yeah.
Technically improved.
The ships, the sort of the tech priests and stuff that maintain the ship's armory are just flat out. No. You don't reach the clearance level for that. Try again later.
Baffled by the fact you'd ask for it in the first place.
Like, who are you?
Hmm.
Why are you asking for this? Isn't your sanctioned stun whip not enough for you?
So if there is some frame of narrative logic to it, it makes sense that my armor was stashed away and I had to get permission to wear it again from the from the Inquisitor.
Yep.
And I needed a 5.
Yep.
That's one.
Your Inquisitor
Space
is like-
Chamber with a rate of 13. Welcome in,
Oh,
folks.
yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Good
Thank
stuff.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Hello,
Amber.
hello.
Happy birthday.
in your case, the Inquisitor's been like, that armor draws a bit too much attention. You need to prove that you can do your job without it. And you did, and you argued by why you'd better serve the Emperor with it.
Makes sense to me.
But yeah, who's next to reach the bridge?
I suppose that would be me. That would definitely be Corvin, but in a completely like opposite fashion, where he's like stumbling through the doors and has like oil, like a large oil stain down the front of his like work shirt that he's been in probably for the last couple of days, and he just like runs up next to him and just kind of matches his attention stance and just looks out of the corner of his eye.
You can't see my features because I'm completely covered like head to toe in drip, but I'm still just staring straight ahead.
My man dripped out.
I'm dripped the fuck out, dude!
Lieutenant Cartal, Sergeant Passos will wait until the rest of them arrive.
I'll just nod.
Sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Vars is showing up last. I figured that would be pretty
Always last.
Yep.
Yeah, he's always last.
That's fair. If that's the case, then I figure Oakham will be next.
He's got to win his credits back from like the maintenance crew before he...
Yeah, he's playing like fucking what's that, hopscotch. He's probably like doing a shooting competition with him with his new hotshot las pistol.
I figure Oakham's probably been repairing stuff about midships, as he usually does, busying himself with technical needs on the craft. He hears the call on his data bead and just sort of gets into one of the spinal like elevator or like monorail mounts, and just like the whole time in like his little like single person service cart, since he doesn't really care about safety or railings. he's a tech priest. He knows how safe this is. He's literally the guy with the pump rail, basically on a normal railroad, but for him on the spinal column of a massive starship. So just like anyone on the ground or on the interior parts of the ship would just hear like a do 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 like as it goes by, like a Doppler effect as he's humming as he continues to hum his favorite tune to the ship.
You're like that goat from Hoodwink. Well, that thing's Be Prepared. He's just like fucking going by in the minecart as fast as possible.
I can imagine
pretty much.
I can imagine the fucking tech priest on the opposite side, like, Oakham, the servitors use that to reload the Nova cannon.
Right, just like, they don't use that for the next 15 seconds. So, like, just jumping from rail
It's
to
fucking
rail.
funny.
Eventually he would come through the doors, just doing that almost gliding, like, highly measured walk that tech priests do underneath their robes. And just comes and silently stands next to the two of you, and turns to you both and gives you an inclination of the head, and back to the Inquisitor without a word.
The Inquisitor sided you up for a moment with his one bionic eye.
Zeke wouldn't be too far behind Oakham. In fact, he was probably heading out first, but being Zeke, he definitely wasn't exactly moving that fast this time around. After the events of our mission, he would have had previously gone to the Inquisitor and gathered permission to delve further into lores about the warp and such, so he would have been pretty much over in that direction at this point. So he's when he comes back, doesn't look all that much different, save for there is another tube that is connected from the face mask that's furthering up to the back part of the cranium, and he is a little bit more pale, with his eyes being even more sunken than before, but seems to be standing a little bit more stalwartly tall. This time, however, when he enters, he kind of stays as far back as he physically can from the Inquisitor, specifically because every little bit he gets stronger, and that way he hurts more. Just looking at him.
Yeah.
You said the Inquisitor's a blank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay.
You literally you can feel the Inquisitor's presence before you even reach the door. And you probably only get like a meter or so into the bridge before it becomes a bit intolerable for you to be there.
Yeah, he is a noticeably sized difference distance away than he was last time.
You're gonna have to telecommute to these meetings soon, buddy.
Pretty much. Like,
Just looking at the Inquisitor will make you burst into flame.
I have to send an astral projection, and someone has to talk. Has to be like, okay.
You wouldn't even be able to do that. It would
Yeah,
hit the
it'd
edge
have
of
to be
it would hit
comms.
the edge of his blank field, and it would just turn off.
Shit.
You have no cell phone reception out here, buddy.
You know
gotta
what?
do it the old-fashioned way.
I'll just use
cup
the
and
box,
string.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get
How
a
do you
special
feel
box.
before my righteous power, heretic?
Dies.
Video call this, bitch.
So what you're telling me is I need to get a Magneto helmet, so I can actually stand in the room with him.
Yeah.
Your blank field doesn't work on me now, when I can't reach out.
You're just gonna die slowly from lead poisoning now.
Can only wait
I'm
for a little
already
time.
slowly dying. What the fuck else is gonna kill me?
This new Psyker helmet, what's it made out of? Lead, asbestos, something that says siphoning soul crystals. I'm sure it's fine.
There was also something with 9 edges, but they didn't want to tell me what that's all about when I asked. So I'm sure it's fine.
Like disgusting Xenos technology. It's like a... Is that Eldar ghost helm or something?
Fish-shaped ethyl benzene.
All right, cool. I get to wear this Eldar helmet, but I don't suffer perils of the warp anymore. I'm down.
I can't wait till you suffer a bunch of mortal wounds and just implode.
Farge, you're the last one to arrive.
We're waiting on your slow ass.
Vars knows how to take it easy, you know. Vars is a steady man in fast times. He's just walking down. He's
Times at Ridgemont High.
yeah.
Remember, I gave him a bit of endurance a few weeks ago. He was probably sick at some point during these last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Gross.
Sick
No
of the
connection.
concept of not bombing the place that we were at, which we just should have done in the first place. But you know, Vars was right. Just saying. Can I get a Vars was right in the chat? And maybe an F.
Vars
F to
was
represent.
right.
Yeah.
Vars
But Vars gay.
Farge gate.
Vars gonna show up like, I'll say like 2 minutes later than everybody else. Just like kind of just like walks in with his like thumbs hitched into his belt, like fully dressed. He has this hotshot las pistol and this pack over his shoulder.
The Inquisitor's expression is pretty much starting to understand why the crime rate was so high on that high world.
We got a problem? He's like dragging off a low stick, like in the Inquisitor's presence.
I'm just gonna say it, Red. Your character gives the maximum Woody walks into room vibes. You know the gif I'm talking about, where he bursts into the boss. Just, like that is you. That is Vars.
Like where he tips his hat and then like does the...
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's perfect.
Only in the face of mind-boggling imperial power.
It's like he walks in, the first person that he even acknowledges isn't the Inquisitor, it's like one of the hot navigator ladies, like...
Hey, I wouldn't mind taking
Part
a
of the
look at
crew.
your third eye.
Hey, I'm not a... Hey, we're not space.
For the record, that will fucking kill your
dude.
soul.
Wow.
Don't do that. Don't look at the third eye. That will literally annihilate your soul.
But yeah, the Inquisitor. I think we do have a problem. I think your particular skill sets might be of even more use in this situation.
You're making a door-to-door arrest or something, or what are we doing?
Oh, this current state of affairs that's been brought to my attention is on the hive world of Alta Nevis.
Hive world, eh? Ooh, trip down memory lane.
The problem.
No, it ain't a problem. Boys, think about it. when you're in a hive world, nobody has individuality. So if you got some civilian casualties in there, it don't matter so much.
Just
What
reminded me of the stat list of loads of different NPCs in the game, and for Imperial civilians, it says their role is organic sandbag.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
That
god.
sounds accurate. Actually.
Oh my
That's the-
god.
Welcome to the grimdark future, folks.
But
I love this setting so much.
Alt in the Feast is structured somewhat differently from your typical hive worlds.
How?
Sort of straightens up. In what way?
The planet that it's built upon is a frozen waste of a world with rich minerals beneath the surface. To maintain heat in the hive world, all of the poorer inhabitants live on the outer ring of the city, with the planet's welfare being in the warmer middle sections instead of a rising structure.
Efficient. Makes sense.
Now, the issue that's been brought to attention that the bill in their infancy enforcement agencies here in the system seem to be struggling with is there seems to be a number of murders and assassinations on the high world related to figures of authority within the Imperium.
So, you're gonna send an Arbites to go investigate why Arbites are getting killed?
It's a mixture. Some have been enforcement agents such as yourself. Others are politicians, governors within the Hive City. Some are even within the lower masses of the civilian populace, but figures that represent the Imperium nonetheless.
These assassinations, are they coordinated?
They seem to be growing more and more coordinated as time goes on. To draw attention to those of you who served amongst the Astra Militarum, is the nature of the weapons being used in these assassinations. He commands one of the bridge members to bring up holographic footage of some of the crime scenes. The two of you who served in the crusade that brought the system into Imperial control once again are familiar with fighting Tau and the damage that pulse weapons are
Very
capable of doing.
Stiffen up.
My face just drops. Oh.
Now, my
look
question, obviously, I served the Ordo Hereticus, but how Tau could move around in a city like this without being noticed leads me to believe that some of the pre-existing human population here have yet to let go of the so-called greater truth, or greater good.
Those damn Tau, resourceful little fish boys.
The planet also being a frozen tundra implies at one point it had, and still has, substantial amounts of water.
Is
A strategic resource we can't afford to lose.
Your main duties are here similar to in the previous mission. You go under the guise of Arbites agents, mostly. Imperial administrators, looking at ways to bring order to the Hive City, to restructure the already existing enforcement that's there, and to provide protection for those Imperial citizens who truly represent the Imperial. But mainly your mission there is to get to the bottom of how either Tau operatives are getting into an Imperial city, and if there is human alliances with Xenos races, and to make sure any cells of such individuals are showing the Imperial truth.
we will illuminate them.
Oh, boys, I get to show you how I do my job. Ain't that fun? He'd like clap whoever like closest to him on the shoulder, like.
If you didn't move forward, if you didn't move close,
If you didn't come in that close, it's scary.
Yeah, I'll just pat Zeke, like,
Am I
and just
done
like wipe off my hand on my check.
So, out of character, we would know that pretty much anybody could be corrupt, right? They could be spreading their propaganda and anybody could be buying in it. So we're going to be in a target-rich environment.
Yeah, if you're obviously not wanting to draw huge amounts
Not
of...
wanting to draw attention, more of just like,
Yeah.
I can kill whoever I need to without a conscience.
Yeah, if you suspect that they're working with Xenos, then it's...
Cool.
You know.
Because Cartal
Icky
does have a
Xeno.
conscience.
He looks at Seek. Obviously, the Tau aren't known in any records to have any connection to the warp or its powers. That doesn't mean that they aren't susceptible to it. And you've already shown that you can work well for the others present here.
you just kind of long drawn out nod.
As for...
Easily enough.
I expect so. As for our member of Mars's elite priesthood, your existence in a bygone era where adapting technology wasn't always frowned upon. There's a suspicion that the humans serving the Tau, if there is any, might be using modified technology.
Oakham looks back at the projection if it's still up with the crime scenes, as it were, and sort of like casts his gaze across it. Likely. It would make sense.
We both know that the Mechanicum are not likely to change any of their pre-existing technology, but it doesn't mean that the Inquisition might not have use for it.
Oakham
You do notice at this point that before, when you've been on the bridge, there have been other tech priests.
Mm-hmm.
There are no other tech priests on the bridge at this moment in time.
Oakham casts his gaze around and looks back up at the Inquisitor. I have little love for the Mechanicum's inefficiencies. Advanced technology should be utilized and disseminated. Their inability to do so is a flaw. I am happy to assist.
That's
it
you,
seems-
little robot boy.
Seems only right that as the hammer of the God Emperor, that we use such technologies against the enemies of the Imperium.
Indeed. It shall be done. He inclines his head and nods.
Then we are redirecting the ship. It is a near enough journey that we shouldn't need to traverse the warp, although most of the ship's power will be redirected to the engines. I suggest that you take the time to prepare yourselves. And we should be arriving in a few days.
Oakham just silently bows, waiting to be dismissed.
Provided none of you have any further questions about your task, I suggest you go and prepare yourselves.
Will we have communications when we're playing aside, or will there be interference?
I've been led to believe that in the inner rings of the Hive City, where things tend to be better maintained, and that the city's elite reside, that the signals coming to and from the planet are better. The cold, as it seems to be playing havoc on some of the technology on the planet, meaning that if you head to the colder outer rings of the city, then there may be interference in your communication.
Is there any suspected tertiary parties that we might need to be made aware of before we make landfall?
As with all hive cities, those inhabited by the less prosperous members of society tend to be the home of criminal gangs and organisations. And there's always a chance that it's somehow they who have obtained Tau technology.
No further questions. They will be destroyed.
I'm sure the Hive won't miss a few gangers if it comes to that.
Actually, I lied. I have one more question. What is the strategic value of these outer rings? Obviously, we can't just, like, destroy all of them, or else they would have just done that already. But, I mean, like, what's the cap on collateral damage?
Try and keep it to a minimum unless you have reasonable suspicions that civilians are working with Xenos or a genuine threat to yourselves.
Say we find a manufactorum that's been, I don't know, turned into a Tau weapons platform, or something like that. We need to destroy it, alright?
If you deem it that's the only approach.
Still, I don't know where this guy stands. God damn it. Okay. Trying to determine if he's a fucking radical or a traditionalist. I can't figure it out.
He's the radical inquisitor.
Oh, he's a radical.
Yeah,
well,
he's
good
a
deal.
radical. He's a radical inquisitor. If we can get it, we'll
use
against
it.
Xenos. We'll
Yeah.
use
That's
it.
why he's asking you to.
literally just told me as a tech priest.
Sorry, I was reading chat.
No, you're good. You're good.
To bring Tau technology to him. Yeah.
Yeah, he told the tech priest to do that. He's like, hey, don't break it, okay? And Oakum's like, sounds
Oh.
great, buddy.
Got it.
Plus,
okay.
like,
I must have missed that part.
your Inquisitor keeps
No,
a
you're fine.
number of different pistols on him. Not all of them are Imperial.
Is there an Eldar one over there?
Yeah, he's got a shuriken catapult. Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
Ugh.
Fork it over.
That's nasty.
2 rules. We get to play with all the cool toys if we can keep them.
Hey, that's the only reason. I'm over here. I wouldn't be with a non-radical Inquisitor. Unfortunately, that'd already be exterminatist.
Yeah. Pretty much any tool is a valid tool when it's in service to the Emperor.
That's the right way to look at it. That's
He appreciates that some tech priests get a little bit tetchy about it though, so that's why.
Yeah. Good thing he's working with mine.
Well, I would salute and exit the area.
Oakum would nod and likewise turn, silently glide off to try to find himself one of the weaponers on the ship. He has an idea that he wants to see if he can do before he leaves.
Zeke will stay behind ever so just for a moment and give kind of like a long bow for a moment before saying kind of loudly across, obviously because the Inquisitor's out of the way over there. Once again, thank you for my allowance into the lore books. I hope to return to them when I get back.
As you prove yourself more useful to me, Ezekiel, then some more of the tomes within the libraries on this ship might find their way to your hands.
He nods and says, I look forward to when I'll have to Vox in. Just looking at you is I guess it's about as hard as looking at me. Before heading on out.
The big ornate arch doors slide shut behind.
I would like to get a laser pistol just so I can always use my sword easily if I need it.
I still have an auto pistol if you'd like that.
What's the? Let me look at this real quick. See what the damage spread against that is.
I believe the thing is with auto pistols, Andy, correct me if I'm wrong, they're actually a lot of one-handed weapons. If you're not using 2 hands on them and if you don't have the dual wielder thing, like they actually have a penalty if you're just using 1 hand.
Yeah, some of them do.
Most weapons have it, including pistols. There's a specific trait to where you can wield it in 1 hand without a penalty. I was looking at that actually.
I think certain weapons have strength requirements.
It's the pistol grip rule, by the way, is what you were talking about.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
pistol grip you can attach to like a las gun instead of a las pistol to use it one-handed.
Okay, then I'll just do that because I already have a las gun.
Yeah, so that's a weapon mod.
So, question: Are the
pistol grip? It's a rare one, so it'd actually probably be easier to obtain a las pistol, but like less convenient.
The hotshot las gun and las pistol are just overcharged set las weapons with a little bit less range, pretty much.
Let's go!
I have one, so it was not easy to get my hands on. I had to roll very low and get very lucky to get it.
So the pistol grip, if that's what you were rolling for, Derek, would have been at a -20, so you don't obtain one.
Damn it.
The tech priests on the ship are unwilling to modify your las gun to be held in one.
Zeke will try and find Red and ask about a couple things. Actually, number one, he'll ask what he suggests he do to properly blend in, being from a hive world, and B, would ask if his pistol will be good, or should he try and get a rifle.
I'll take your auto pistol, by the way.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'm assuming we're just kind of like having. I'm assuming we're just having like a bit of a player meeting, we're getting all of our gear together and stuff like that.
Just having a powwow.
I'm double checking something there. Yeah.
Did any of you roll for
I think you're trained in
a medic?
solid projectile weapons.
My brain went a medic kit. Did
That's
any
it.
of you
I
get
have
that?
one. I think.
Okay.
I was supposed to start with one, wasn't I?
I don't know. Did
You've been
Uh,
using one, so
I think you've got one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Does that refresh charges on the ship?
Yeah.
Critical.
You're not trained in auto pistols.
Yep.
That's a big old oof.
You need weapon training, solid projectile.
Hmm.
You're trained in las weaponry.
don't you just get like a -10 to the roll, or is it -20?
It's -20 if you're
Ooh.
untrained.
Wait. So I need a total of 10 to get that roll for the modified thing. Or I
You
need
need
a
to
total.
get
you would have need the
15 or lower.
15.
15.
or
God
lower.
damn it! So I couldn't even spend a fate point for 10.
But if you were trying to requisition a lad's pistol, you would have a +10 to your roll. So
I'll just
it's
do
a
that
lot
then.
easier.
It'll be
to
easy.
obtain.
Yeah, they're pretty reliable.
But
Oh, you
I
gotta be
did.
kidding me.
Wow. I
Reroll fate point.
there you go.
Oh, fuck me! I got a fucking plasma rifle! God damn it!
Bro, there's
I'm
my
going
stealth claw.
to cry.
There is no justice.
There's my stealth claw.
Yay, I
Yeah,
got
no.
a fucking las
Yay.
pistol,
Yeah,
guys!
baby!
Yay!
We get a fucking F in chat for that one.
I will say while this,
Christ. Oh, that's
while we're talking things, there is one thing I think Oakham is looking for, and that's just a motion predictor for his for the auto rifle he got. Since it's not like he's gonna be aiming with it much anyway, but full auto burst be nice to have a buff. So he'll try for an influence roll too, silently while this is going on. I figure.
Yep.
know
what
what?
is it you're trying to obtain again?
This is a motion predictor. Quote. I know it's a very rare item. So as +10 bonus to any ballistic skill test made as part of a semi-auto or full auto burst weapon. Any ranged weapon except low tech capable of semi-auto or full auto rifle fire is what it's valuable for, and I have an auto gun. So
Yeah.
So let's see. In order to get this, influence is 38, and this is a very rare item. So modifier. None. No. What's the modifier for very rare on this?
-30.
-30. Yeah.
Good luck.
I'm not using influence on that. I'm not using that on. Forget it. He knew it was a long shot. He was just kind of just like, "Do you have it in inventory?" No. Okay. And immediately goes back to cleaning it.
It's like you're in the ship's armory talking to the tech priests and things that are there. In Derek's case, you're like, "Can you modify my Vaz gun so I can like pistol grip it?" And they're like, "Nah." And then you're like, "Can I have a last pistol?" And you see the tech priest almost go, look over what you've got, and almost about to say, "A las gun should be good enough for you," and then go, "Fine." But yeah, when you ask for the motion detector, they kind of look at you like,
Motherfuckers are like the magic conch shell from SpongeBob. May I have a glass gun? No.
You know what?
Why
Zeke
don't
would
you
like to
ask
try
me
for a
later?
pistol grip. I use
"Come back later."
Yeah. Oakum quietly just accepts it and walks
Wasted
back.
a fucking 3, you guys.
Yes, you did.
That's my rifle.
And
Yeah,
I know, that could have been a melted gun for me. I'm a little sad.
oh my god, it's
Could have
a
been another
large
hot
shot.
shot. This.
It's alright, you wouldn't be able to use the plasma fucking gun anyway, you're not trained.
I would roll untrained with that bitch every turn until I finally killed something with it, Andy. You would love it because I'd be useless in combat half the time. I'd just be standing there, pew, 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 going all over the place, dude.
They overheat though.
Yeah, the question is how many times would you blindly fire before it just kills you?
I
No,
don't
Derek's
think
gonna
Josh
finally
knows
get
that.
Hey,
Blow,
is it cool if I
blows your
roll
hands
for-
off.
Is it cool if I roll for pistol grip?
Yeah.
Derek's finally gonna get this plasma gun, and
Right,
then
it's probably not happening. But
First time I
it's
shoot.
and then Kyle's
Nope.
gonna turn it into a fucking
Oh!
grenade and huck it at somebody.
I mean,
Oh!
you do have a particular smell about you, so like it might put him off.
Does he get a
So,
demon weapon?
Does he do it? But it's a Damon cursed las pistol grip.
It
Is
just
Nurgle
blows up.
talking to me?
Do you really want it in your hands? Do you really want with that roll in your hands, even if it was possible?
I already used a fate point. I'm not gonna end up in a shootout without any,
Nah.
so I'm gonna let it go.
You,
First.
The tech priest rejects your request, and obviously, like you came to the tech priest during your downtime here on the ship to ask for things as well, and like you just feel this voice in the back of your mind.
Oh no, not Dad, not Grandpa.
I've been good, Grandpapa.
Please don't grab the switch.
Wow.
Telling you, it's just whispers to you that like it doesn't matter how much of their physical form they replace, they all rot and decay and rust and fall apart over time anyway. But you end up looking at the tech priest with this intense stare in your eye that the tech priest is just flat out like, someone needs to remove the psyker from my presence.
While still holding that intense look, he says in a very kind of actually soft voice for a moment, because I half imagine while Grandpa's talking, everything is just kind of bliss, nice, chill. Just say,
Like, nice and chill, but like, to make it worse,
oh no.
when you look at the tech priest or you look at any of your companions that are here in the armory, you don't see them as they are now. Your physical companions, your ones that are mostly made of flesh and bone, they're decaying, undying creatures, while the tech priest and Oakum, if he's there at the same time, are these hunched over, rusted, cracking, cloaked wraithlight, like the red mechanicum robes are tattered and frayed and faded, as if they're like old and worn.
Can I perhaps get a last gun for the hive world? If we're not close and the pistol won't be useful, that might be of use. Better not electrocute the wrong people. And I'd like to roll for a las gun.
But I'm also going to give you some corruption and some insanity.
Ooh.
All right, how many am I taking? Or do I roll it?
I'm going to roll a d5.
Oh boy.
Four insanity points.
Ooh.
Not ideal.
Yeah, only one corruption point though.
That's
Only
good.
one corruption point. All right.
Okay. So
What?
I have to go over to the corruption thing, I think. Hold on.
What's your
Oh.
sanity and corruption?
So okay, I'm good with I'm at 6 insanity and I'm at 10 corruption. I am not dark hearted yet.
Doesn't that proc?
Okay. Let's
I'm
see.
still palsy.
Corruption. 289. Okay.
Yeah, I don't get my first mutation until 31.
You for every 10 points of corruption you gain, you make a malignancies test.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, roll a d100 for me.
Oh god.
Oh boy, a bear D100?
Mm-hmm. 57.
What does that mean?
Oh, okay.
He explodes. That's never a
Reduce
good
strength
sign.
by 1d10?
Yep. You like while you're seeing everything else around you,
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh man!
appearing to rot and rust and fall apart. The rest of your companions, including the tech priest that you're trying to requisition equipment from, see your physical body starting to become pale and drawn in and even more corpse-like than it already is.
So basically how I explained it was getting worse, it's just now it's that and now worse even more. Yes.
I
great.
aim my new pistol at Zeke. Explain yourself, Psyker.
Bars is gonna put his hand on your pistol, just like,
Look at the witch. Vars, look at the witch.
calm down.
Zeke
happened
looks
before.
at him and says, I explained it to you. If you're too dense to remember and put 2 and 2 together, then I can't explain it to you.
He's good. We've seen this before. One time he lost a finger. Now that was a scene.
It never gets easier. And I put my pistol away. Like, Jesus Christ, we are gonna have to kill this fucking guy, aren't we?
He kind of just looks at you, and if you can read eyes, it's pretty much, if it's not you, it's going to be the Inquisitor. I know my fate.
As you're in the armory and this happens, the lights on the ship start to flash red.
I'm sorry.
The lights on the ship start flashing red,
Oh no.
What?
and you hear a voice over the comm system around the ship,
Oh no.
raising an alert over an unknown warp anomaly on the ship.
Zeke sighs, turns from the armory, and immediately starts heading towards the telepaths to explain. Going into the locked room. I'll see them when we leave.
I am
Zeke will come back out with some of the scars and things like that.
There we go.
I 100% expect that, like, if someone comes and be like, I'm gonna go check on Zeke. He's being Darth Vader, like in a tank right now. Like,
The
he's fine.
pant attack, yeah.
Thank you.
You're going for a rigorous, like, strip search where they're looking for any signs of corruption.
Yep, and he pretty much explains it. I get some pieces of me cut out. I get some metal put in. You know, the fun stuff. We've
Right.
been down this road before.
You're not the only person in the group with malignancy.
Nope.
And his is one that he doesn't want to be caught with.
Yeah, the difference is that I don't wear it so blatantly, obviously, everywhere. Unfortunately.
Hey man, I have to. It was pretty much put into
Oh no,
my
you were
contract.
screwed from day one. Like, your career is unfortunately one that makes a target appear on your back. My career comes with full body robes and so many cybernetics you don't know what to look for. So I got off easy.
Hey,
Can't think of a better one for you to have rolled than this.
no, I love it. It
Serious.
was great. It was perfect. Grandpa's saying is showing his face after having left the place. I haven't heard him since I was pulled into the black ships. When you go on there, I'm pretty much told I'm going to be pretty much killed in worship for the
Wait
Emperor,
a
and I'm like,
second.
okay, I'm cool with that.
Sensing a
And then they're
pattern
like,
here.
no, you're
What's
actually
that?
strong. You're
Looking
gonna fight.
down the list, it goes Korn, Nurgle, Tzeentch, Slaanesh.
Tzeentch would-
What the fuck am I?
That's a great question.
Am I Malal?
Well, here's the funny thing. I've gotten both Tzeentch and Nurgle. I just need 2 more, and we might as well call me a Black Crusade.
No, I mean like Nurgle actually fucking like made his mark on you though. Like Tzeentch just kind of said what's up. Korn actually
told
left his
me.
mark on Oakham. I'm calling now that Corbin's gonna get marked by Tzeentch in some way. Var's gonna get marked by fucking.
Leave me out of this.
You chose
He's
blue.
absolutely
You
No,
He's
he's
chose
Chaos
blue.
Undivided.
You
He's
chose
Chaos
blue.
Undivided. He's Chaos Undivided. No, hear me out. Tzeentch told me there's more to this than there appears. And there was. Pretty much from day one. Tzeentch told me there was a conspiracy down there. Tzeentch doesn't like Nurgle. He gets into deep deals with him. He wanted
Buddy.
us to beat that.
Nobody likes Tzeentch. That's the problem. There's not a chaos god out there that's okay with Tzeentch.
Because he's
Well,
a liar. Like all he does is
Yeah.
like deceive
Like
people.
even Korn
Yeah.
and
Slaanesh
Nurgle will
likes-
party up before that. That's a bad scene.
Slaanesh likes Tzeentch because Tzeentch knows all of the kinky things that she talks about, that they talk about.
True.
Each can give them advice on.
Different
Like-
ideas. Yep.
Korn would accept his advice more if half of Tzeentch's advice wasn't here. Let me beef them up. Let me give them warp power. Let me
Also, the
enchant
whole
them.
like being anathema, witchcraft, yada yada. Literally the
Yeah.
stuff like the only people who don't like Psychers more than Korn are probably Black Templars. And honestly, it's probably a race 1-to-1 for who hates the other more. That's the one thing I think they could agree on in a bar. Is
And
two
both of
them.
them,
But
both of them will hack their way through.
Yeah,
Nothing-
a
And
Black
melee.
Templar and a World Eater sit at a table together and go, well, at least we're not that guy. And they point to the dude cut in half with chainswords behind him with a big head. Like,
Yep.
that's how it goes.
But there's no bigger hatred between the Chaos Gods than between Korn and Slaanesh, because no matter what Korn does, Slaanesh is happy and he hates it. I cut your head off. Oh yes, damn it!
Anyway, I will
Alright.
say when he walks out, Oakham probably returns back to his original posture because the second all that happened, Oakham took like 1 step towards your character, and his mechadendrites came up, and then you just sort of like just left, and he just sort of like relaxes again. And he goes back to breaking down the auto rifle quietly, whistling a modern Major General through his servos.
I'm gonna, as you're like trying to put the rifle back together, can I make a stealth check to like steal a part without him noticing?
I mean, go ahead.
So Corvin, not having any real idea what just
No.
happened, had retrieved his little sack of treasure, and before he goes to the tech embassy or whatever, he would turn to all of you and be like, do any of y'all want one of these auto guns?
No.
I got 3 of them.
I'm good. Thanks. He just like very obviously just stole a trigger spring from
I want to say,
pile
like,
of parts.
your character reaches over, and before you get to it, like, just big mechanical fist slams on table like a hydraulic press, and Oakham just like, before you really get a chance to look up, Oakham's just in your face, just going, "Did you wish to assist with repairs?"
I just noticed you was going a little slow, so I figured I'd offer some advice.
Appreciated. I have this. And he'd slowly crane back up again, and then just sort of like look at you for a second and then look at the actual like auto rifle and pieces on the table, and just use his servo arms that are stabilized, just grab the table and move it with him to the other side of the room and put it down.
So that's a no then. All right.
I'm
I
good. I
will
don't use
then
any of those hunky guns.
my 3 auto guns over to the.
Go for it. Trade them all in at once, dude.
I want to see if he'll. Hey, good sir, would you be interested in trading me a las gun for these 3 and their ammo clips?
What do you need a las gun for?
It's better.
It's a
Big
bomb.
He blew up his. He blew his up.
Just
that's
get
right,
grenades
look,
if you want another
too.
bomb.
The lad's gun feels like home though.
The long las can only single shot.
Here, and I hand you my my old las gun. Get something better. Make it count.
They're auto guns. I don't know.
The tech priest like picked one of them up. These will do for parts, but
Can I get a las gun for it? And he'll have like the biggest, dumbest grin look on his face.
Gun is gun, right?
he'll take a las gun from the armory.
I can keep my gun. Cool.
Bare basic las gun.
Can I get some clips for it too, please?
Gives you two power packs for it.
Hey, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. Also, you wouldn't happen to have a multi-key back there, would you?
Oh, that'll require the requisition.
Yes.
Get
It's
it.
at
Get it.
a -10, I believe.
I don't even know what that is, but I want you to get it.
It gives me a +30 to pass security tests on locked stuff.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it's a skeleton key.
Cool. I just shoot the door with a shotgun. That's what I got the shotgun for.
That's what I got
Oakham
my
is
shotgun
literally-
for.
It's Oakham
Taking up the hint.
Percussive Maintenance Keller should be his name, so you guys can probably figure out how he does it.
What was
Oh,
it? Multi key.
Yes.
Yeah, -10 to your
All right. All praise the Emperor.
Nice.
Let's go!
There you
Well done.
Easy.
Yep.
win.
The tech priest gives you an inquisitive look from beneath the robes that he's wearing. Then turns, looks around through the assortment of equipment, and comes back with this rather thick, chunky looking. It's almost like take a USB stick, but fucking 40k the shit out of it. And like hands it over. It's like got quillas and skulls hanging, or like the skull with the cog around it emblazoned.
Oh, excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm going to take it and step back.
It's just carved out of a human phalange with a skull and a cog pressed into it.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Should help you open any Imperial made security locks.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, Oakham, when he's done reassembling the rifle and quickly just checking through his ammunition, making sure he has enough clips for it, which I don't see any ammo, so he's going to go up to the counter and just request like about 4 clips of auto rifle ammunition for the auto rifle.
The tech priest will take your request into consideration.
Processing. Starts chanting in binaric.
To everyone else, it's chanting in binaric. To Oakham, it's literally just give me the clips, damn it. Like, it's literally Karen at the counter in binaric.
Let me talk to your manager.
Yeah. I'd like to speak to your tech priest, sir.
I am the
I think you need the requisition roll for anything over and above 2 clips of ammunition.
He'll just get 2 clips then, if it's going to require a roll. He's literally not looking for anything that's going to push the limit. I figured because we just handed over 3 clips of auto rifle ammo, and be like, just give me 2 of those and 1 extra.
He'll give you the clips out of the auto rifles that
Okay, that's
Nice.
fair.
he's just handed over.
All right, yeah. You'll just take them immediately, put them aside, fill 2 to 3 clips of them out of like the sprawl of the clips that we had, and then just if there's any excess, he'll just hand it back over without a word, and go over to load them, one of them into the auto rifle and the other one into his belt. And yes, they are hard asses, but they're Mechanicum. They have to be. Someone
I
has to
cannot
count
wait.
the bullets.
God, you guys, if I live, I cannot wait until next time that we get to requisition shit. I'm gonna get to requisition all the shit for you, and you're gonna probably get what you want.
Please, please.
I beg
That'll
you.
be nice.
No,
The tech priest asks if there is any other equipment that you would like to request.
Nah, I'm good. I don't want to push my luck any further. I don't want to burn any more subtlety right now either.
Yeah, if we keep doing this, like the next place we're going, we're gonna have like laud hailers blasting like our everything we do around us all the time. If only we could be rich enough to actually be that like over the top, huh?
Okay. And then, yeah, you guys are free to leave the armory, go prep your ship. Takes the ship about 2.5 Terran days to reach Alta Nefis, and that is pushing the engines on the ship as hard as they'll go. Without wanting to make a warp jump for such a short journey. By the time the ship comes into orbit, you can see the pale blue sphere that is the planet. And you can see the sort of darker splotches on it from orbit that seem to radiate out in a circle, presumably the hive world, the hive city that resides on the world. Similar to Notara, the planet has an orbiting space station for Imperial ships to dock in. It's not quite as big, but there also isn't as many ships coming and going from the planet as a whole. The Inquisitor ship does the same as it did on Notara, where it docks, but the information that it sends through to the space station is a ship belonging to an Imperial administrator, and obviously not the Inquisition. You guys are free to disembark onto the space station.
It's our story, folks.
right.
Vars is training a bunch of deputies, of course.
Zeke was recovering after
That's
having
pretty
flesh
good.
cut off.
Vars is gonna step out first. Alright, deputies, this is our first stop on our long journey towards enforcing the law and the will of the Emperor.
Sounds good.
Save questions until the very end, or I will not be a happy camper, understood?
Why?
Let's move out.
Let's go look up.
We just silently walk into the room and sort of just follow after the Macabian Janissary.
Do I have like deputy badges that I could hand out to like deputized people, Andy?
Little
Yeah, why not?
Stickers.
Yeah, just like here you go. All right, here you
I
go.
love
Here
that
you
this
go.
is the Imperial equivalent of like the kids like pin buttons you get when you go to the barber. Like the best sheriff sitting still for his haircut buttons, but for the Imperial equivalent.
Here you
The reference
go.
might be lost on Andy.
You can't go around showing the inquisitorial seal, but you can go around just flashing Arbiters badges at everyone.
That's fair.
Here you go, junior officers, right here. Take a look.
Oh, I always wanted one of these.
Yep,
With,
yep.
with that in mind, Zeke would have had the visor part taken off for this mission, so he's not walking around with the Inquisitor symbol on his forehead.
Would have probably spent the past like 2 days in the training cages, beating the crap out of servitors and largely beating the crap out of servitors. He's been pretty aggressive since the last since everything that happened last time. And but he's going to, when you hand out one of the badges, just like reach over with a hand and then like wordlessly just put it on his cloak, just pin it there. And just seem strangely content with the action. Anger management has been the name of the game the past couple of days, folks. It is all about self-care right now in the House of Oakham.
Yeah, Oakham's been listening to too much freak on elation stuff like that.
Specifically, he's been listening to that one more, and I can't remember their name.
New metal is the music of Korn.
Yeah,
that's it. There we go. Like, Zeke is trying to not further his corruption. Oakham's like, oh, this feels great, let's go. I'm here for it.
Efficient combat, yes please.
Is there anybody that's there to receive us, Andy?
Yeah, similar to Notara, you're greeted by planetary staff, like representatives of like the city's nobility and political elite.
Ours.
There's
the talking here.
I'm gonna let
sure.
do the speaking.
Hello, we're here on business. You give like a knowing wink with the only eye that he had that actually worked. You know why we're here. I'd hope.
No, they don't know why we're here.
They don't at all?
They
Like
didn't
there
know the
wasn't
last
anybody
place, did they?
receiving us?
yeah, they know.
No, they
They didn't know you were
knew.
Inquisitors,
Yeah.
we just fly in, tell them we're here, we do our things, we leave, and they never know why
Got
the
it.
hell we were here.
I thought
They
we
didn't know you were
skipping
members of
past.
Inquisition, but
Got
they
it.
did know that you were there to do stuff.
They know we're here to do stuff, they must
Yeah.
be traitors. Heretics.
Well, yeah, we're Arbites, and I'm the Arbites. I'm the senior officer of this group, and I have my deputies here with me. Of course, we're here to do some business.
You're here to look into the murders that have been causing so much disarray.
Now you're getting it good. He clapped him on the shoulder. That's exactly what we're here to do. I'm here to teach these boys how it's done, and they're gonna be fine Arbites someday.
They look at Seek and the and Oakham like
They're reforming.
Oakham just quietly volunteers. Adeptus Mechanicus oversight, and then just shrugs and then returns back to normal strip.
Zeke just kind of stares at them with the intense sunken eyes of a man who's just recently had flesh cut off and is still up and walking after 2 days.
I imagine Zeke being that like uncomfortable scene from SpongeBob where they're going around selling like candy bars, and like Patrick just like fucking staring at them, just like breathing on them. That's what Zeke is like all the time, just.
See that Seek is barely able to carry the weight of his own robes anymore.
He's got a cold.
Oh,
Nasty cold.
I should hope that will be quick passing once we're planet side.
Oh, sure.
Now
But
the nobility political class here in the Hive City, High World. You see that they tend to wear like furs and heavy sort of clothing. Think almost like Russian Tsars and nobility, where like it's all fine clothing with like rich metals decorating it with heavy furs, and the guy who's doing all the talking is like this kind of gaunt looking figure with this beard, but it's like a well kept beard, but still thick enough that it provides some amount of warmth to the lower face. With this rather ornate looking fur rimmed hat.
Where have these murders been primarily happening? I say that like over like sub vocals to bars.
Can we get a location on where these murders have been happening? Perhaps multiple locations? Is there any sort of like consistency with the district?
The murders have been occurring throughout the Hive City on multiple levels. We're hoping to bring you to the law enforcement captain on the planet.
Well, I'm sure he can provide me plenty of information. Boys, I hope you're ready for a walk. Can we get some hard weather gear? None of us are ready for this kind of cold.
Zeke has his third layer of robes on.
Bars has already has 3 or 4 layers of clothes on. He's just being a wuss.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm in Tempestus armor. I don't need it.
I'm pretty sure Oakham is probably wearing like the thickest robes you've probably seen him wear. I'm willing to bet it probably has like little internal heaters in there or something woven into it.
Except for the like one bare arm that carries the staff now, right?
You assume that's one of his external arms that carries it. He's got servo arms, buddy. What do you think's carrying the staff 80% of the time?
How would you servos carry everything?
But are you truly corrupted by corn if the servo's carrying it for you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
When you start carrying it, then we'll start.
My friend, these are all my arms. Those are the ones that killed the thing. Think of this as a reverse Dr. Octopus. It's the arms that are probably the saner thing than him, but honestly, it goes back and forth.
From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh.
Oh yeah, you went to so you went to sleep. Some cornate dug you up, replaced them, and then redug you back up.
Yeah, there you go.
That
corn
arms.
Fucking Necrons.
So,
or is Drakari?
When's this, so is this person like, Oakham's going to stride forward and sort of like hold out a hand and just say, do you have a data pad with his information on it that I can disseminate?
The, noble that you're speaking to, we were only sent to greet representatives of the Imperium. I believe the commissioner of the planet's own law enforcement will be providing that information once we reach planetside.
Oh, don't mind him. He's just rearing to do some real Arbites police work.
Indeed. And Oakham just like steps backwards to stand next to you guys again.
Then we have a smaller ship waiting to take you planetside.
Well, lead the way.
They take you to a much smaller, like the Inquisitor ship needs to sort of attach to the space station. They take you to a smaller hangar where it's more personal-sized vehicles to take you planetside. Probably similar to the Aquila lander that the previous administrator took you onto Notara. And
please, God, tell me they have Amasek in there.
They're not quite as richly provided as the the primary planet of the system.
This is Andy's way of saying the kid gloves are off, fuckos.
Oh no. Well,
The only
Bar-
beer you can find here is Rotgut.
Bar-
Blind Snake.
You'll find some booze in the slums of the Isa.
I'm not
Just drink
drinking
from
anything.
Ethan, forehead.
No, I'm just gonna chain smoke until I feel better.
Drinking Prometheum, feeling your insides literally melt. The trip planet side also not as smooth as that to Notara. Once you kind of get through the atmosphere, there are really strong winds. You can feel the hail and snow battering against the side of the ship. But eventually it sort of sweeps into like a long tunnel and starts to fly through the city itself. Two of you here are from High Worlds. Again, more traditional High Worlds where everything is built up the way, and the higher you tend to go, the more natural light and things that there is coming in. This is more like a ringed city, where it sort of spirals inwards, and as you're flying through, you can see that first outer ring, and it's all these sort of ramshackle, barely even shelters, sort of like positioned up against walls and things like that. Every progressive ring that you go in, the architecture becomes a lot more sturdy and a lot more suitable for what it's intended for, which on a planet like this is keeping people warm and insulated.
Mm.
But you also notice that the further into the city you get, unlike a traditional hive where you'd expect to find natural light as you move into the wealthier parts of the city, all the light sources become more and more artificial.
Mm.
Kind of like that.
But also, like, the closer to the middle you get, all these artificial lights seem to be growing plants and stuff to sustain the hive world. But the main resource on the planet is water. There's minerals underneath the ice that they also mine, but like they take the ice, they take the snow, they produce water. It gets shipped off to other planets, presumably gets sent to things like the two agri worlds that make part of the system for keeping the earth and stuff there enriched. And so there's all these like processing plants for purifying and processing water and other minerals that get brought up. The interior of the city is far more ornate. There are statues to the Emperor, there's statues to the Admiral, who was responsible for the crusade here in Notara that brought it back into the Imperial fold. There are even temples and stuff that have clearly been built to honour the God Emperor here. Again, the further in, the more ornate. And you can feel the temperature shift. Like the Aquila lander that you're in would have been pressurised for space and going through the atmosphere, but like once you're in the inner rings of the city, the heat inside the lander is noticeably different until it eventually lands. And as the door opens and lets the air from outside in, it's like almost like a hot, humid heat that it lets into the ship.
Yeah, that's the worst.
I want to figure out who of the people that are escorting us is like the most important. Would it be the person that's been talking to us this entire time?
Yeah, the person that's been talking to you, the beardy Russian-looking aristocrat.
And what's his name?
God damn you, Derek.
I'm sorry, Andy. I like to address people by their names. I could just call him Beardy if you want me to.
Beardy.
I'm gonna find it.
Yo, Beardy.
Yo, Beardo.
Call him
Hang
Vlad.
It's a bit too generic.
Okay, we'll call him Christoph.
Stuff. Gonna call him Fadim.
Fadim?
Hmm.
Okay. Administrator Fadim, I need you to explain to me why your own Adeptus Arbites have been so unsuccessful in containing this problem.
Whoa. Hey, let's take it easy. Sometimes problems need a little bit of assistance, that's all.
Like there are two types of Arbites in 40k. You have the Adeptus Arbites enforce the Book of Law, which is the general laws of the Imperium. They tend to do with it's kind of like the Adeptus Arbites would be closer to like the FBI or something of higher authority, where they go out through the galaxy and deal with shit. But most planets have their own planetary enforcement officers, arbiters, that tend not to be as well equipped or as well trained, but they deal with planet, like, more local scaled crime. So things like political assassinations are a little bit above most of their pay grades, but this is the sort of thing that the Adeptus Arbites deal with, or they're intended to deal with.
So I'm basically trying to push and probe this guy to see if we can trust him. Because we don't know who could be corrupt down here. So communism sounds good to everybody until you try it and 100 million people die. Just kidding. I literally just said that to fuck with Andy. I love
You know,
Andy.
it's
I'm
my
kidding.
political beliefs live in live stream.
I love you. I'm just kidding.
I'll freely pass my mark of Nurgle over to him.
I have a feeling that would be because you're trying to get more information out than it really seems on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an inquiry roll.
Are you any good at those, Derek?
No, I was trying for command.
I could.
Because I get
Yeah,
a
you're not.
big bonus to command.
He's already painted you as a deputy arbiters. That's going to
That's fair.
affect your command ability.
That is fair.
I can always make an inquiry if you can't, so
I would prefer it if you did, because I would probably fumble it.
see what I can do.
Nice.
Cow!
Nice. There you go.
That's a really good roll.
Yes, it is.
The administrator sort of looks between the group of you.
Forgive him, he's still getting used to how things work in the Arbites. You know, how you got the local and then you got the overarching, you know. But his question does stand.
To be blunt, many of the planet's law enforcement are from middle rings within the Hive City. Not too poor, but maybe not as prosperous as the innermost rings are. Unless it's a death that particularly affects those regions, most of them generally couldn't care less. You're aware of, obviously, the sort of system that this used to be before the light of the Imperium reached it.
Oh, well, absolutely.
those heretical goals and ideals of those Xenos could appeal to the less prosperous within society.
Do you think they would appeal sufficiently for them to commit heresy? Or just to consider it?
Well, clearly there is a group of people or someone at the very least within the city who is taking issue with those that represent the values of the Imperium.
Well, that's exactly what we're here to deal with. So don't you worry your little head. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Then I suggest that we disembark and I will introduce you to the commissioner of the local law enforcement.
Sounds like a plan, gentlemen.
He gets up. The other lesser administrators with him follow him. And like, the heat here is properly hot and sticky, but they are still happily, or at least putting on the face of being comfortable in the heavy furs and thick material that they're wearing as they disembark. But I think we should take a break here.
That's good.
I just want you to all know that Corvin hates this. Fiber of this game. Hot, sticky. It's bad for guns. It's bad for people.
Hey, hot is good. You just put the last packs next to the heater. All right, don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to take a quick 5 to 10. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for waiting patiently. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. It is time to get right back on into some Dark Heresy. Andy, what's happening?
Yeah, welcome back. You guys are just about to get off a ship. An Aquila lander here in this lovely hive city. As you guys are stepping off of the ramp of the lander, can you all give me awareness rolls? Yep, awareness rolls.
Dang, boss.
Jesus Christ.
Any modifier?
Easiest roll of
No.
my life. Easiest roll of my life.
Awareness.
We're
And
all
then
so
I have my modifiers from my billion other things.
You just step out and just get immediately riddled with holes.
Did you roll over a 10? No.
It's like Vars's.
We're all so very aware, guys.
I mean, honestly, probably for the best.
Hey,
Yeah,
Andy,
nice.
I got my fate point back from earlier, by the way. I forgot to roll that.
Oh, Oakham, let's go.
Yeah.
Nice.
That
Good
optical
job, Oakham.
mechadendrite, baby. Always lovely. Always lovely.
Did you roll, Austin?
I'm so sorry. I missed that one.
Awareness.
You get your-
Awareness, yeah.
Oh,
Base success.
all right,
Nice.
let's go.
Nice.
He's been quiet and hasn't said a thing since we got on the ship. Or on the smaller ship, in fact, even since before. So
Oakham, with your 2 extra degrees of success, you are able to alert 2 of your companions. So they don't get caught off guard, which means one of you is unfortunately going to be getting caught off guard, so...
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be the 2 guardsmen. Just because you folks actually are probably the most likely to be able to help. Like Vars.
I'm also in the front. I am also in the front. I wanted to make that clear.
That's very fair.
I volunteer to be the one.
Oakham's probably more in the middle, as usual. So, if I'm being real, then actually you're a sniper. You probably be towards the back, I'm guessing.
I want to be
So,
right
yeah,
behind
okay.
bars, probably.
Yeah, it would probably be you 2, since you would be the closest to the danger, and you're like our front line. More or
I
less.
failed with 5 degrees, so I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah, no, you're
yeah, but Judas failed with 7 degrees.
But he's
So yeah, Oakham would. So what precisely is it that I see very quickly,
Okay.
just so I can.
So, both of you and Ezekiel, as you're coming off the gangway and you're sort of making your way through this very busy landing area,
Mhm.
you notice from multiple directions at least 4 individuals who are approaching the ship, trying to be discreet.
Oh no. We're about to go the way of the 35th president of the United States, man.
So
Shot with a plasma
Oakham,
rifle?
Yeah, with the head. Yep, exactly.
Oakham would immediately like in your comm beat. I imagine you 2 have your comm beats in.
Always.
So like in your ear, you would immediately hear Oakham's synthesized voice just state, "Alert, 12 o'clock, approaching targets."
My
You would leave it
hand
at that.
hovers over my stuff, like as if I need to be ready at any moment.
And underneath
Should I
his cloak,
like
is radiant
make them
auto
stop? Should I make them stop? Out of character, I'm asking you guys. Should I make them stop? I can
We
literally
don't know
spend a
what they're-
fate point to succeed on a command, trauma, or intimidation check with 3 successes.
We don't really know what their intent is yet,
That's
and we
true.
don't really want to make the impression of just getting off the planet or like getting off the ship and just being like.
No, I don't want to shoot them. I
Orbities!
want to call them out and be like, "Hey, what are you
Um,
guys doing?" Like,
If you call them out, you might push them to action too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
I was gonna say,
if we're actually trying to be smart on this one, we'd probably want to act like an Arbites would in this location, which would probably be, since there's millions upon millions of people here, millions upon millions of possibilities. We need to make sure that we know what their intent is, So that way we're not just killing everybody that just looks like they're about to do something wrong.
So, they're approaching us trying to look sly, right, Andy? That's their whole
Yeah.
thing. Okay, and I know I got 2 additional degrees of success. That was for me to alert the other guys. Would I be able to, with any way, shape, or form, like identify if their movement would appear hostile or swift?
You could choose not to alert the
No.
others for additional information.
You might want to let me know. I know we have Kyle. Kyle also has the teeming masses in Metal Mountain, so he can easily move through these crowds. But so can I.
Right, that's fair.
And if I get the drop on him,
Pew pew, motherfucker.
That's fair. You know what? We'll do that. I trust my teammates. You guys will hopefully be good enough for yourselves.
see that's your first mistake. But go on, please.
But yeah, so he'll let you know. He'll let you know, Vars, in your earbud, hey, target's approaching 12 o'clock. He will not alert. Much to his he probably just won't have time to alert Judas because he's focusing a little more. So since I've only alerted one,
Yep.
take it from Andy.
As you see these sort of cloaked, hooded, trying to be subtle figures approaching the ornate lander that you just landed on. As one of them is sort of moving through the crowd, it brushes the clothing they're wearing to the side. You catch a glimpse of a weapon of some kind that is not Imperial in its design.
That's a pulse pistol.
Oh,
There's no
yeah.
fucking way.
Oakham-
Not a pulse pistol.
Yeah, Oakham would immediately, if that's the case, then Vars, addendum to what he said. Oakham would instead say, hostiles, 12 o'clock, non-Imperial weapon identified.
Understood, boss.
Oh wait, is that just directly to him on the Vox, or is it over the?
Yeah, that's on Vox. That's specifically Vars on Vox. If I did more, I wouldn't be able to know this.
Okay. Andy, here's what I'm gonna do: is we're like coming down off like the landing bridge. Bar's gonna jump off of it and just get right into the crowd. I'm gonna stealth through the crowd, and part of my trait for teeming masses and metal mountains, I can move through crowds as though they were open terrain. So I can just maneuver through this crowd, and as soon as I get to one of them, the one that's closest that brandished the weapon, I'm going to shoot him point blank.
Okay. I'm gonna need initiative rolls from everyone.
Let's go.
Everybody's like, "What's going on?" Vars just fucking jumped ship. It's just like,
I literally have no idea what's going on right now.
We're being shot. Do we get any?
Did you see Vars drop off? What the fuck's going on? Blam! Oh shit!
Well, those of you that you didn't alert are gonna miss their first round because
Surprise.
it's an ambush. Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker!
I forgot where initiative is located on this sheet. It's the agility button. That's right.
Wait till the
Make sure to select your token and the tracker's open.
Yes.
Thank you.
Actually, I think it won't let you roll it.
It won't roll if you don't have your token selected. Yeah.
That's awesome.
There you go. Let's go, baby.
My man got a 13. Let's go.
Nice.
We're getting all good rolls.
Pugilist with the fists of steel.
Let's fucking go.
I'ma shoot him, boys. Blast him.
Oh, hey, I don't even need to change anything. Look at that.
Can I use a fate
Who
point?
needs to change?
You
Can I-
can use a fate point. Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna use a fate point here. Oh my goodness.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Isn't
Oh,
there
no.
a fate point usage for just having an initiative of like 10, I want to say?
Yeah, it gives you 10 to your initiative.
Can I do that instead?
Just a flat 10?
Or do I have to do it before I roll?
Technically, you had to do it before you rolled, but I'll waive it this time.
I bless you.
Um,
Can I take an initiative of 10?
Hot soup out of the way coming through. What the fuck?
What? You know?
Somebody just said that in chat. I don't know. It was funny.
You never seen the hot soup tactic? Hot soup coming through!
I actually saw a cut of The Lord of the Rings, like a particular cut of a scene from Two Towers, where it's the orc running with the torch, and it's hot soup coming through, like, put over that. Which made me laugh really hard.
There's a fucking magic card that references that. It's a goblin carrying a big pot of soup.
Oh, I love it.
And you can sacrifice him to actually kill something, if I remember correctly. So it just implies he just dumps the soup on him.
That's so good.
My favorite way to kill dictators is dump hot soup on them.
Jesus.
You just got souped.
You just got jammed.
Ooh, wait a minute, guys. There's four of them, which means we're gonna have 4 new weapons.
None of you can
I can dual-wield pulse pistols, let's
If
go!
they don't explode.
Something tells me it's going to take a little training, guys. Just saying.
Hey,
Pulse pistol!
hey, man. I bet it's only exotic weapon training. It's only like what 10 years of training.
We have to save verse Tau mindfuckery every time we use it too, probably.
Bro, it's probably...
There's no Tau mindfuckery.
First of all, y'all better worry about
Look at
the
this
AP
finely made weapon. Ooh, I think I like these Tau.
The AP on these things is probably going to be like 7 or 8.
It's gonna
Exactly.
shred my Tempestus armor. It's gonna make me
better
sad.
worry about living before you worry about the new weapons you're gonna get.
Better
I just
get
hope it's
busy
not a
living.
Hey, man.
I just hope
You
it's
know
not a
what?
pulse carbine. That's going to be bad. If it's a
How-
pulse carbine, we're all fucked.
Tau fry all the same. In fact, I point to the Discord to the following, the wonderful, wonderful GIF that I will once again do again, send again.
Why do I gotta do my boy Tao like this?
Puny laser. That's hilarious, Andy.
Yeah, those pulse weapons.
Look
are
at
not
that poor psych. Look at that poor Tau.
I love it.
He deserved it, he's Farsight.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, no, 100% dunk that guy.
That fire warrior. That fire warrior just
You got what
annihilated.
was coming to.
He's just like, oh no, oh no.
I just saw the puny laser thing.
Right.
As Oakham, no, as far as the sort of move to blend into the crowd, by that point you kind of realise how late the reaction is, as these figures that are in the crowd sort of brush back the cloaks that they're wearing and bring up, as the Imperial Guardsmen will recognise Tau pulse carbine.
I fucking knew it.
Oh, fuck.
Yes. Sorry. I mean,
Boys, we're in trouble.
I'm glad I'm
You know, I
behind
had a
it.
sinking suspicion the other day when I was talking to Andy. I think it was like Sunday, and he was like, "Yeah, I was looking at the tower weaponry, and like, they're really fucking scary."
You know, why didn't you say anything?
Because it would be dishonest for me to say anything to anybody else. You know, he told me that in confidence. I didn't want to betray my homie's trust like that.
Damn straight.
Alright, understood.
So, yeah, the pulse carbines, what you can both tell, they look a little bit stripped back.
Okay. So they don't have like a grenade launcher on the
They
bottom?
don't have the grenade launcher attached to them. Yeah,
Better
just
fucking
the
pray that they don't have the grenade launcher.
just the raw gun without any underslung grenade launcher.
It's the regular
Um,
horrifying advanced plasma weapon.
They don't have marker lights, right?
No, they're also human, so they're not wearing like Tau armor or anything like that. That would.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Oh, so no
Okay, so
drones, no nothing. Okay, guys, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
In fairness, we also probably wouldn't notice an infrared beam on us, like before we're fucking dead.
Let's just hope they don't have a hammerhead like on the outside of the building aiming in our direction.
They are. Yeah, you can see that they're human once the sort of cloaks and stuff have been thrown back. They're wearing kind of looks like cobbled together bits of a fire warrior's armor, but like only segments of it.
Hmm.
Okay.
mostly the torso.
Pathfinder equivalent. Okay.
But like, yeah, one of them. Well, Oakham, you're up first, and you noticed them, so you're not
Yep.
caught off guard by any of this.
So, Oakham, watching these figures walking forward, drawing pulse carbine stuff, like he doesn't know what a pulse carbine is, but he does recognize that is non-human, and immediately draws the auto rifle he had earlier. And I figure like he's sort of modified it a little bit. Like he doesn't have a pistol grip, obviously, but he does have like a handle on the top of it now, where the sight would be, since it's not really for that. It's really for this. And he pulls the thing over, aims it at them, and just barks through his Voxcom, just disarm yourselves immediately in the Emperor's name, and just depresses the trigger immediately. He's not waiting for a response. They are going to the ground, and he's going to use his action to do the suppression fire technique on them. So I'm going to designate an area around them that well encompasses them, and I know they're in a crowd. He does not care. He will open fire on the crowd. They will get onto the ground. The loyal Imperialists will go down.
Now you don't have to walk through a crowd first.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
So
I want to get point blank.
Yeah. So he's going to immediately, he's going to keep it relatively tight. He doesn't want to be hosing down the entire neighborhood, but he is going to keep it so that it is well around the two of them, and he's going to open fire on them.
The way it's kind of spread out is like you're probably only ever going to catch one of them in an arc fire at any one point.
Okay, that's fair. So I get to choose one of the two of them. We'll choose the one that's nearest. Whichever one has come closer. He's gonna basically sight that guy up, lift the gun, and using the optical mechadendrite over his he's literally brought it up to the side of his head, almost like a targeting module, and he's sort of eyeballing with that as he pulls the trigger. So the likelihood of my succeeding on this is extremely low, as the actual rolling to hit part of this is really bad, but the actual benefit of it is pretty good. So let's see if we can make this work. This is specifically combat actions. Thank you. Just load it up. So this is suppression fire. Here we go, suppressing fire. Minus 20, baby, to that one dude. If there's a bunch of other people nearby,
they're dead.
Well, no,
Or
I'm going to roll really badly against them too, but still. Auto gun. Roll to hit. No aim. Submit. This is going to be...
I believe.
We're looking for a 77.
Standard. Subtract. Modifier. Minus 20. Submit.
Wow.
Yeah! Not
You're
hitting back
almost
with that.
there.
So
You're
cool.
almost there.
You want me to roll to see if I hit anyone else? They still need to take a suppression test regardless.
You probably will hit some civilians here.
Yeah, perfect.
Remember,
It's 40k, right?
no
Yep.
Russians.
Jesus.
We are in
The-
spaceport.
Remember, no, oh my god.
They failed the pinning test.
Perfect.
Nice.
Gives them a penalty to attack rolls going forward,
Yeah.
or while you keep the fire up. Essentially, gives them. Is it minus 20 for being pinned?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, so this guy ends up having to you turn and open fire with the auto gun into the crowd. Bullets tear into some of the civilians, hitting legs and arms. But this cloaked figure quickly dashes behind some crates. They're on the landing pads, but you can tell that he's having to kind of keep his head down to avoid being having his head blown off, regardless of how inaccurate you're being.
Yep. My job isn't to hit. My job is to put that guy, a pin in that guy, and put him right there. So he will end his action there, slowly moving down the gantry way as he's doing this. Yeah. Figure like
yeah.
his several arms kind of stabilizing him as he's walking.
The Heresy, I suppose we can call him, is like carbine over the top of the crates in the direction of Oakham. And he's going to be doing carbines can only fire full auto. No, they can fire single or full auto. We can't do a semi-auto.
Yep. Basically the half action.
Yeah.
Automatic plasma gun? Jesus Christ.
Full auto burst. He's at -30 for it. Yeah, no. Okay. And that is. I need to keep track of their ammo. I had a pen somewhere. I seem to have misplaced it. Actually, I can type it up. It's easier. Okay. And I'm just gonna go replace this.
And then I need to check.
So about how far away from us are these guys, by the way, Andy?
These guys are about 30 meters away.
Oh, 30 meters. Okay.
Perfect.
He's going to pull the trigger again to use his second half action to continue full auto firing.
Okay.
I'm not afraid.
Cool, still a miss. But there are essentially small pulses of plasma being sprayed very blindly around this landing bay, hitting objects and people
God.
who are trying to sort of running, screaming, trying to take cover. The administrators that you came on have sort of tried to back, or like you can see that their instinct is to run back towards the ship. Yeah, this guy is just like over the crates in the direction of Oakham, like with a pulse carbine.
The full Call of Duty. I'm not looking, but I can aim, sort of like, yeah.
I know roughly where you are, so I'm just
Yeah.
Just at each other, like.
yeah, he's going through that power cell, presumably plasma cell. Fars.
Yes.
I
am
you're able
closing
to
in.
move through the panicking crowd as if it was open terrain.
Yes, and I'm getting into melee. Melee, just point blank. With the closest one.
What is your full movement? Okay.
Be aware,
8.
Red, the closest one is the one I'm suppressing. Just be aware.
Okay. My full move is 8.
Okay.
I can schmove.
These guys, there's two that are closer than the others. They're about 30 meters off. The ones that are further away are about 40. You can move 8 meters as a half action.
That's fine, because I can still make a pistol attack as part of the same action.
Yep. Oh yeah, you can move. You can use both your half actions to
Schmove
move
and
and
shoot.
shoot. Yeah.
Schmoove and schmoot.
Hell yeah. Okay. So moving my full 8, and then shooting at the end of that. How close am I, pistol wise?
Pistol range tends to be 30 meters.
Let me double check the hot shot las. It's 20. on the Laz.
Yeah. So I think anything you can fire up to twice the weapon's range, but then it counts as extreme range at that point.
Yeah, hotshot last pistol is 20 meters.
Damn, that's a short.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
They
good
burn
enough.
really hot.
And then they
you
don't.
You get that beautiful 7/8 or that 7/8 armor pen.
Mm-hmm. It's nasty. Also have a rate of fire of 2, so 2 shots per one.
It's rate of fire is single shot 2. You can do a short burst with it. At 2. That's how much ammo it uses. So yeah, 20 meters on the hotshot Laz pistol. You've got other pistols though.
Yeah, I have my. I'll probably just draw one of my stub revolvers just to have it as backup.
Yeah, stub revolver is very.
Sounds
So
a little better.
moving the 8, you're still at extreme range with a pistol, but you would be within range of the stub revolver.
Okay.
You'd be at long range with the stub revolver.
Okay, so in that regard, I'll start with the stub revolver. So I'll start with that, and you said that'd just be like, that would be long range for the revolver.
Yep.
Okay. Long range, standard attack, modifier of 0, I guess. That's a little poopy. Might re-roll that.
Go for it.
Yeah, I don't want my first. I want my
Roll for
first
the
shot of
blood
the night.
god. Green for the degrees of success.
Degrees for the degrees of success.
I couldn't agree more, my
Space
friend.
Wolf shirts believe in you, bro. You got this.
Ew. No, no,
Yeah, they
no.
definitely stink. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they're
Pee,
fight
You have the blessing.
There we
I was
go.
gonna say you have the blessings of the Sanguinius behind you.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
It's gonna
2
be a
additional
14.
degrees. Damage.
Yep. Give me something tasty.
Oh,
Always with the ones on damage. I'll
You
make
can
it a
you can bump
5.
it to 5.
Yeah, I'll do 5.
What's
That's first
the
shot.
armor pen on the?
I'm using regular rounds this time around because I don't have any more man stopper. So
Damn.
So that's nothing. Yeah.
Sorry, I
Zero.
just saw that stupid picture in the chat. Your firepower. Sorry.
Okay. The shots pretty much just like you've like just about clipped them. Like the small segments of armor take most of the brunt of it.
they are wearing armor underneath all that.
Yeah, they're wearing segments of fire warrior armor.
I am using my revolver that has the silencer on it, so a little less noticeable compared to the other gunfire
Yeah,
in the
'cause
crowd.
you're kind of moving in the opposite. The crowd are obviously running away from these guys. You're moving counter to the crowd.
Yeah, I'm like a fish going upstream right now.
Yep. Yep. Then your other half action to move closer.
Yep, I'm gonna move in, move another 8. What
Okay,
range does that put me for the
Yeah,
hot
it
shot?
brings you into long range for the hot shot.
Take what I can get. That'll be a... Let's see. If I did a single shot, it would be plus 10. But if I
Yeah.
did 2 shots, which would be the semi-auto burst, quote-unquote.
It doesn't have any penalties for a semi-auto. Yeah, no, none. But like, you need 2 degrees of success to score additional hits with it.
Yeah, just thinking. What do you guys think? Should I try 2 shots with the last pistol, or just the 1 shot and hope it hits?
Might go with the one shot, probably.
Are you trained with Laz, right?
I'm trained with most weapons, from what I understand. Let me double check.
What's your ballistic skill?
Technically, isn't semi-auto burst a separate action?
It is. It's a half action.
So I think you.
But I can make a pistol attack as a part of
Yeah,
Yeah.
the move action. So.
I think the pistol attack is like a standard attack.
Oh, okay. In that case, let's see. Yeah, probably just gonna be a single shot then. Yeah. No mod. Ooh.
Nice.
Good to see it.
Nice. Okay, that is a solid hit with the hot shot las pistol.
Give me something other than a fucking 1. God damn it.
You put that on yourself.
Alright, you can turn that into
7.
7. Yep.
7 with 7 penetration. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
too shabby.
So the
it's
guy is not getting the benefit of any armor against that either.
It's gonna blast him. Just.
Hot shot las pistol.
Bars is closing in. He's like a Terminator right now. He's just not stopping moving while he's shooting.
Okay. Yeah, the guy's heavily wounded.
He'll be done for soon. Don't worry, boy.
Okay, that's your actions.
Yep, that's everything I got.
Good news, they're Tau. The closer we get, the easier it'll be to deal with them. Hopefully.
Not in this edition, man. Oh, fuck.
No. Yeah, you're right. No, it's true. 100%.
Let me just use my shotguns in melee real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you died? Sorry.
That's tragic.
Couldn't be me.
Plus, these aren't actual Tau. They're also humans, so...
They weigh Vesa.
Oh shit, I've been doing the ranges wrong, fuck. So extreme range, you can fire up to 3 times your weapon's range characteristic. Long range, you can fire up to double the weapon characteristic. Short range is anything half of the weapon's range characteristic. And then point blank is like melee range. Oh, sorry guys.
No, you're
I
good.
get it. Yeah, it makes your weapons a little bit more versatile. So,
I actually
You
just read something myself about suppression that tells me I was doing it wrong even after looking it up 3 times. Which is, apparently I choose a 45-degree angle arc in front of me. And then I roll a die, and for every level of success above the -20, that's how many hits we get randomly assigned to people within that territory. So I thought it was like you do it for every one of them. You don't. You just roll 1,
Yeah.
roll high.
yeah, you could potentially hit a few people. Okay, so these guys are 60-meter range of the carbine. This is one of the guys that was 40 meters away. So this guy is going to try and take down Oakum. So he's the only person really posing an obvious threat at the minute because Fars are just sort of weaved through the crowd up on this guy. Just gonna fire single shots. So first one. These guys don't have the same ballistic skill as you'd expect how to have either.
That's fair.
It didn't matter because I rolled a 19.
Ooh.
They're just revolutionaries, right?
Yeah, which was
Oh no.
It's alright. It's how it goes.
2 degrees of success.
Alright.
How many degrees of success?
2. 3.
2 degrees.
Oh, 2. Oh, thank God. Well, that's
Okay. Not so good as the damage on a pulse rifle.
well, that's good.
I mean, the damage on a pulse rifle is nasty.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh no.
That is 15 with a pen of 3.
Oh my
That's
God.
great. So I have 2 armor left. So that drops me to 13, which puts me well over critical. So I'm at -2. So, yep. There we go.
There he goes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He's on his way up.
Yeah, should have only had one of these guys.
Wait,
Or maybe.
Wait,
It's all right.
wouldn't it go through your soak and then it would hit your arm, or wouldn't it like the
That's
3 would pen and then it
factoring
would
my
hit?
soak. That's
Yeah,
factoring
he-
my soak.
Oh no.
My soak is only 5, guys. I have a flak
Yeah.
jacket. I was hoping to get more, but I couldn't roll higher.
The tech priest isn't wearing super heavy armor like you and the Arbiters.
No.
Yeah. I tried. I really tried during the phase, but it wasn't
Yeah.
happening.
Yep.
No, Oakham!
Oh god.
You guys see the energy blast from one of these pulse rifles hit Oakham square in the chest.
Isn't there like a reaction evasion or something?
Oh, there's a dodge. You can.
I'm not trained in dodge, so I can't.
I think you can still roll. You can roll it. It's just it halves your agility trait.
That's not that great. We'll try it, but
Do
that's
it.
like a 15. So-
Hey man, 15 is better
You can
than
do
not.
it. You can do
So
it. I
that's-
believe in you.
So 34 divided by 2, we're looking at 17, if my memory is right. So that's a
Yeah.
minus 17 roll.
Come on,
the-
from his roll.
You don't need to put the minus in because you're not trained in dodge. The sheet will already figure that out.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, so 0. Submit.
Oh.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna happen, guys.
Um,
There you
I
go.
do, however, have a bunch of fate, so I will burn that to not die.
Nice.
yeah, you can.
Burn one? Oh no. Wait, can't you use one, or is it only burning one for that?
He can spend one if provided he's only at 0 in terms of win. Like he's been reduced to 0 wins.
Yeah.
When got you when you're at the negative, then
Yeah, you need to burn. Yep.
Oh,
Got you.
no.
So I'll burn one. That'll knock me down to knock my threshold down to 2, and I will currently have 2 fate points. And I don't know exactly how that works. So does it just like it puts me at 0 and I'm not actively dying, or?
Yeah, you're at 0 and not actively dying.
Okay, cool.
Essentially,
So-
something has happened that's prevented a deadly wound occurring. Like, maybe some of those Omnisaya symbols that you're forced to wear.
Yeah, I like to think that maybe one of the Serpenta array, like I figure it's somewhat autonomous, so like it might have reacted faster than Oakham did. Just kind of like went to deflect the blow, but it still punched through it, so it reduced the damage. Still enough to seriously put me on my ass, but you know.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys see one of the pulse shots
Ooh.
like take Oakham. This guy's still got an action left.
half an action.
He-
Anyway.
He actually uses the other half action to take a shot at the administrator that you guys have been speaking to.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
I mean, we don't need him anymore.
We need to evac. We need to get to a safer place because Oakham is dying. Well, he's not dying, but he's.
Yeah,
that's-
I'm no longer
that's
actively
messed.
dying, but I am not going to be helpful to you guys for a week or like longer.
Yeah.
I'm going to need some ER time.
And we should probably
The,
get the administrator out of here.
The pulse shot, like you guys can tell it's aimed at this administrator, but like the shot goes a little bit high and like slams into the side of the lander.
Damn. Shit.
Corbin, you are surprised.
I'm like the original shots that Oakham didn't get hit by. I like had to dodge out of the way, so I'm like halfway on the ground and skip my turn.
Zeke, you were not caught off guard at least.
Nope. Zeke was kind of watched all this happen, and again, his lips were sealed. He hasn't truly been able to speak. So when it came time, and the shots kind of came at them, you know, he kind of like lowered down onto a knee, surveyed the area, and how far away from me am I from a place of cover?
You could probably get behind the landing ramp of the ship in half an action.
And the half move?
Yep.
Alright, cool. Then Zeke will get down against the landing, taking cover, and looking over towards Corvin as he's on the ground. If I can, I just kind of like half like drag him closer towards the landing before I glance over the lip, seeing Oakham get hit in the square in the fucking chest. And at first he was reaching for the las gun, but upon seeing Oakham like just get completely laid out, Zeke is going to use his other half action. How far is the guy who shot Oakham?
40, well, probably further than that now because you've moved behind the landing.
Yeah, my half move is 2.
Your half move is 2.
Yeah.
You can move your full distance in half an action, so...
Oh, it's full distance and half an action? Oh, okay. That's 4 then.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
So, he's about 44 meters away from...
44 meters? Oh, he's just out of smite range.
Damn it.
Well,
Shoot that motherfucker.
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna pull out what Corvin borrowed me, and I'm going to lean over, and I'm going to take a shot at him.
It's uncanny how easy it is.
He's within half range if you're using a las gun.
I am using
Yeah.
a las gun, so is that
Plus
Short
10.
range.
plus 10?
Ooh,
Kill.
you can do it.
And no aiming. Yeah. I will do a standard shot too.
Oh, yeah, so it's plus 20 in total then.
Oof.
Nope.
Really nice.
You know what? I got him to use. Why not?
Do it.
Get
Doing
him.
it.
Doing it well.
Nope.
Oh, this wasn't meant to be.
Closer, but no. Just-
Margin a little better. Yeah, you like back up, get like down next to the like kind of peeking out from behind the ramp, take the shot at the guy. Your shot goes a little bit wild, probably hit some poor civilian in the back.
Oh my god.
We're all gonna
Yeah,
be
this-
fucking in mass murderers by the end of this.
Guys,
Some of us
I
already are.
totally imagine Zeke's just like he's readying this, but considering he lost a third of his total strength not 2 days ago, he takes a shot with the las gun, which is literally just a little boop, and he just kind of actually it kind of makes him swing, and he just kind of lands on his butt behind the railing. A one
Judas-
with action.
You're caught off guard.
Yeah, I see Oakham go down, and I just like go down to a knee, like looking him over, like, oh fuck, but without actually accomplishing anything.
Oh fuck, we're about to be fucked, bro.
The other two, make this a little bit balanced and not going to be armed with carbine, pulse carbine. Auto guns.
Yay.
Auto guns. Give him pulse carbines. It's fun. Make him shoot Oakham even though he's already dead.
not when they're hitting you for 2d10 damage. They're...
I can just imagine Oakham just like legs splayed out on the bridge. It's like, yeah, that's me. I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at your misfortune.
I thought today was pretty bad. Oh, guess I'm bleeding to death. I guess it's pretty bad.
Dun.
I didn't think it could get any worse. Oh, I guess I'm bleeding to death. It's pretty bad.
Judas, you're down next to Oakham. One of them's going to shoot at you with the auto gun.
That's fair.
Shit. Get down.
Yeah, that's a hit.
I
Okay.
punched out all my blood.
I know your armor's going to ignore that.
Yes! Yes! I've been waiting for this all night.
What's your total soak? It's like
8, I think.
8 or so. Yeah.
Everybody.
I did 4 damage, so that's a nope. Then he's going to take a second shot at you.
That's fine. Bring it
Hey
on.
everybody, hydrate.
Thanks, man.
That's a hit.
Hey, oh, thank you for dehydrate.
But of course.
7 damage, so again...
1 damage. My soak is 6, I think. Isn't it? What's the Tempestus soak?
But it's you add your armor and your toughness bonus for your total soak.
So 6 for the armor. I don't have my toughness plugged in. That's what it is. Oh, it's below that. Oh, it's
wait,
one and
wait,
then
wait.
the other. So my soak is 9.
Wait, 3.
Your toughness... Oh yeah, you did. You bumped toughness up last time, so yeah, your soak's 9.
So I'm an
so-
idiot. I miscalculated soak. I only took my armor. I didn't factor my toughness. I would still have 3 left.
Yay!
We'll say,
Yeah,
we'll
He's
say Ogun
alive.
got put on his ass, though.
You're
We'll
all
say
good.
Ogun
You
got put
can-
on his ass.
get that fate point back.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Ooh, he's still
Yeah,
that hurt. That
you're-
still
you're-
hurt.
Your
Wait,
soak
that's not how
is-
it went. Rewind.
Yeah, he's still on his ass. I already took cover because Oakham went down immediately. So otherwise, I'd be like, all right, I'm coming forward to smite.
Your soak's the combined total of your armor plus your toughness bonus.
I'm an idiot. It's okay. It's,
But you're my idiot.
but that said, I only have 2 health left. So, bad day, guys. Bad day.
Cool. So this
And I
guy
can't heal yet.
rattled off 2 shots toward.
Break yourselves
Get
upon
us.
my body.
No, please don't make a World of Warcraft reference.
Oh, that's something Ted used to say in my last D&D campaign when he was.
Which was a World of... You didn't know it, but it was a World of Warcraft reference.
This other one is taking autogun shots at Corvin.
You mother.
That's a miss. Second shot. And that's a hit with 1 degree of success.
Corbin.
How dare.
Ooh, 11 damage.
Oh no.
Oh, so -7. That's
Autoguns don't have armor. And, yeah.
4.
They need special ammo for armor pen.
Mm-hmm.
Man, stop it, Rose.
Burn stoppers.
Okay, well then maybe we don't need to get a fallback.
No, we're fine.
Yeah, we're fine. I thought Omni was fucking dead.
Bars is this close to taking out the guys with the carbines anyway, so...
What you got?
Okay.
I'm still not having a good time though. Just saying, we're this close.
Had a bad day.
Okay.
Don't sing that, please.
Yeah. Please, God, please, no.
Okay. Background to the top. Oakham, you're up.
All right. So I am pretty injured. What's the modifiers for only having 2 out of 9 health again? Less than a quarter of your health?
It affects your healing rate. You're considered heavily injured, so the rate you recover wins is slower.
Gotcha. Okay, so we're not going to worry about it until after combat.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, this is gonna suck. All right. Well, guess Oakham's gonna be you guys' guy in the chair for a while. So, how far away is this guy from Oakham? Like, where he is now?
The guy that just shot you.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy was 40 meters away.
40 meters away. Okay. Yeah, there's no way I'm able to catch up to him in one random movement. But... Oh, yeah, no. Closest guy, then.
30.
Yeah, no, I'm still not going to be able to make it there. Alright. So, Oakham is going to... After having been put on his ass, and immediately I figure, like, one of the servo arms, the same one the one that deflected sort of got in front of him, and the other one, like, immediately clamps down into the concrete and just crunches to keep him from falling all the way over. So, like, pushes him back up. He's going to begin to head towards cover, or, like, around the back of the ramp, so he's not, like, exposed. And he's going to, again, do another suppression fire, or he's going to actually continue the suppression fire he did earlier. So, we'll see whether or not he hits anything of value. But, oh boy, I'm gonna just do this. Modifier on that. -20! I need literally a 5 or less. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
But take that test, boyo, as he opens fire and is literally like goes behind the ramp and is holding it out, suppressing the trigger.
Cool. Yep. Still pinned.
Okay, cool. He is now. He's honestly probably it's his optical mechadendrite that's looking out from behind the wall while he's literally pulling the trigger from behind. That's all I got.
Cool. This guy, the pulse carbine that Farge just shot, is going to turn around and shoot back at Farge. He is pinned, but you're in close range of a pulse carbine.
Yeah, it sucks.
just try and hit me.
I'm going to single shot just to get rid of the -20 penalty from straight up ballistic skill roll. Yeah, that's a fail. Second shot. Just a fail.
Oh,
Red wins, goddamn.
Redwoods, baby.
Oh.
So yeah,
Boy.
the first
Look at
shot
a
goes quite wide and like slams into like something on the landing dock behind you. The second shot seems a little like you can almost feel the heat from the pulse go past you. But like the guy had to sort of jerk back really quickly and it threw the shot off to avoid being shot by Oakum with the auto-gun.
Nice. So, here's something I realized. This didn't matter on the last shot I made with the hotshot las pistol because I rolled a 5 anyway. But I'm not trained in laser weapons, so I
No
technically have a
shit.
-20.
You're not trained in las?
I forego to train that.
Yeah,
so
I'll take that off your hands, bro. Don't worry about
I'll,
it.
no. Well, yeah, you know what? Give it to the person who can actually probably land a shot.
Var's gonna holster that and like pull out another one because he can just draw a pistol as a free action. So I want to take out an auto pistol. Or do I just want to... Well, I need some... Fuck. I'm almost tempted to just take the penalty of the last pistol because I need some armor penetration right now.
Like, when I said they're wearing armor, it's not like super heavy. So, like, Fire Warrior armor isn't even that.
Not a 1. If you can roll out anything other than a 1 on damage...
Yeah,
You're
it's-
asking a lot here.
Mhm.
I'm just letting you know.
Mhm.
It's closer to Pathfinder armor, but even more stripped back. You know?
I'm gonna use a half action to move in and shoot with one of my revolvers.
Cool.
So I'm gonna moving 8. How close does that put me now?
So 8, 16,
I believe I'm in standard range now.
24. Yeah, with your pistol,
Yeah.
you're definitely within that half range mark now, so you're at close range.
Cool. So I'll put short range as the benefit there. Standard attack modifier 0.
Oh man.
Man, by a fucking hair, dude.
You can spend a
Yeah.
fate point to add a D10, right? Or is it just to add 10?
You need to do it before you roll if you're adding a 10.
Frick, I forgot about that.
So I just have to completely reroll it.
Just
That's
go for
fine.
the reroll!
Well, I mean, to be fair, I have 2 more shots I can make.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Because I moved into range, now I can dual wield. And
Oh, nice.
so, technically I make that with a... Let's see, what's the penalty now? Because I have ambidextrous. -10, that's it. And I can fire both of them at a -10 penalty. So... Okay, moved in. I am at short range, so I'm going to fire both. Subtracting the bullets, of course. So that'll be put that one to 5, and then 4 respectively, and then this one to 4 as well. Okay, no aim. Short range. Standard. -10.
Nice.
Bang.
1
First shot.
degree of success.
That's fine, just don't roll a 1 on damage. Yeah, baby!
Beautiful.
11.
Yeah, it's how are you killing this guy?
I'm moving and I fire off 1 shot and it just sort of like goes soaring off into the crowd, and then Vars gets just close enough to, and he reaches his arm out and squeezes off another shot and shoots him right in the face.
Nice.
Okay, that's one of the pulse rifles taking it.
Is there another one nearby?
He's the complete opposite direction.
Damn. Well, didn't get my other shot, damn. So how far away would the other guy be from like where I'm standing? Like all the way over yonder?
Next nearest guy to you is one of the guys with an auto gun, and he's about 20 meters off.
That's still standard range, so I'll take
Yep.
it.
Yep.
So no aim, standard range, 10 minus 10. Boom.
Oh.
Jam!
Oh!
Wait, you can't jam with a revolver?
Nope.
Revolvers literally are made so they can't jam.
No, they're one of the traits of the stub revolvers that can't jam.
No, I
too,
mean in
so-
real life, a revolver.
Yeah,
can't
no.
jam.
Yeah.
The revolver can't jam because of the free.
My
spin.
immersion.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Just kidding.
Use one of my fought points. My forte points.
Forte points.
My forte points. Standard 10. It's literally just a generic, like, pure D100 roll. Perfect. Damage! Ooh!
Okay.
Just from across the crowd.
Okay.
That was a pretty
Just
nasty hit.
A little bit. That is a pretty nasty hit. Oof, the guy is heavily wounded now.
I'm a nasty boy, what can I say?
Ooh, nasty, nasty.
Well, that's all Bar's got. 3 pistol shots in a single round's pretty good.
Yep. Killed one guy, hit the other. It is. Now the other guy with a pulse rifle.
Bar's just kind of trying to draw attention to himself.
Yeah, like seeing you blow the head off the other guy with the pulse rifle. Standard range. That is a 3.
Oh God.
Oh.
Hit me.
That's 3 degrees of success.
Yeah. Kill me.
You can do it.
Can you
Go
replace
on.
both of those dice with a 3 or only one of them?
Just one of them.
Okay.
I rolled 2 5s. 10. The armor pen for a pulse carbine is only 3.
Only 3.
Okay.
That's 3 more than a las gun.
So what's the
Yep.
damage here?
10 damage.
Total? And then minus 3 pens, so I'll just take 5.
5. Go. Yep. That was only one shot though.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you
Is
had
that
me
your
hopeful
total
there.
soak?
for a
Was that
second.
what your what's your total soak?
It would be 8 and then minus the 3, so 5.
Second shot is 1 point over.
Oh, so you take 1 damage.
Got a ballistic skill of 30.
Oh, I'm sorry, Red, I don't-
31.
I don't know if that's right. I don't know if you. Maybe I'm just stupid here, but like, is it that the 3 just goes through and then the 7 gets your soak, or
It'd be I have 8 soak.
so you would have
Technically,
taken
and then I was
no
being
additional
helped.
damage? You would have just taken the 3.
Well, it would have negated 3 of my soak, so it would have put it down to 5, and he was
Oh,
and,
like-
and he was dealing 10 to me, so I would take 5.
So if it's pen, it shreds as well.
If there's pen,
It ignores
takes away from
ignores
your
that amount of
Yeah,
ignores that
pen
amount of soak.
Pen
So then,
ignored
if I'm
soak,
understanding
red
this correctly, then 3 of that would have just gone straight through, and then 7 of it would have gone against your soak, so you would have taken no damage.
No.
No, I'm stupid. Okay, I'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No, you just add
This
your
is-
toughness and your armor, and then
I
you
clearly don't
Uh,
understand everything that's going on here.
No, so
No, you're good. It's
um,
So like the soak is 8 because it has a pen of 3. It treats them as only having a soak of 5.
Okay.
yeah, basically armor pen works like it in Dark Heresy works like it does in the 40k games.
You're not making
where...
it any easier on me right now, Tyr.
Fair enough.
I haven't played enough 40k to understand what you're saying.
But yeah, you
I have
treat the
I have-
soak as X amount lower.
Yeah,
Based
I have
off
8
the normal
armor.
weapon.
I have 8 armor. 3 pen ignores, which means that 3 of my armor is just ignored, and then the damage is
Okay.
subtracted
Yeah.
after
Okay.
that. So
Okay, so yeah, he missed with the second shot, but again, you could practically feel the heat off the pulse bolt, like whiz past you. Like
what
it
did he
was
roll
so
in the first
close.
shot? Like, where is that hitting me at?
He rolled a 3. That'd be in the head.
Oh God.
Oh, he's hitting me.
No,
I'm
30,
getting
30,
bullshit
no,
on the head.
flipped. 30 would be the chest.
Is it just A30?
Like, I
If
tend to
it's
just
That'd
flip
be
the
my left
number
arm.
for
If it's just
location. Oh, it's
30,
arm.
if it's just 30, that'd be left arm.
Yeah,
so
so
yeah,
he's
yeah,
probably
hit
just
you in the
shooting
arm.
me in my shooting arm that I just like hit him with. So
Yeah.
like,
Like,
This is the guy with the other pulse rifle. So like, you've aimed at one of the guys with the auto gun. He shot you in the arm. Yeah.
I just took half of my hit points. So
Ooh.
I have to see when you take it, you hit it, getting hit by that pulse shot. Like as you kind of like lurch your head, it's like you're like That's when the next shot whizzes right past.
Mhm.
It was like shh.
yeah, I
Okay.
just duck like instinctively, like
Yep.
Corbin,
Pretty
you're up.
Like it's not a. Oh, okay, that was lucky.
Mhm.
Alright, so having just taken a fucking shot to the chest, Corvin whips up his rifle and I'll half action aim. You all hear that loud whining again as the overcharge goes into effect. Or the overload, excuse me. And I will be firing at the pulse carbine user. My range is 150 meters.
Yeah.
How close?
You're in close range.
Okay,
Nice.
excellent. All right. So short range or point blank?
Short range.
okay.
Yeah. Point blank needs to be melee range.
Nice.
63, so that is a success.
Yep. 2 degrees.
Ooh, that's gonna be some extra damage, ain't it?
Replaces the dice roll with it. It's better.
So because I overloaded it, there's +2 damage, and the pen is 3.
Cool.
Oh, overloaded, not overcharged.
Yeah, overloaded.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be 12 damage and 3 pen.
God damn.
12.
Blam.
And that's a body shot.
It's whatever kind of shot you want. How are you killing him?
Mhm.
Oh,
Nice.
I would just I would like to explode his head.
Yeah. So yeah, this guy just hit you. You're like, take the moment, deep breath,
kerblab.
long rifle the guy's head right off his butt.
Nice.
Nice.
That's my turn, boys.
He got what was coming to.
Cool.
did.
Yeah. Ezekiel.
All right. I will pop out of cover. I will spend a half action to aim, and I will take a shot at the other guy. As the guy that I originally shot at's dead.
Oh, yep.
Still standard.
Still standard range. Yep.
All right. It'd be, let's see, I'm at that one, so it would be 40E, 30E. We'll do just a standard shot, yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Hey!
Cool. Yep.
Oh shit, I forgot to overcharge it. Whoopsies. Righteous Fury!
Nice.
Smoy.
No, that's gonna matter too much. Well, it might do actually, because you still have health left.
Kill.
He's got 2 health left. So need to roll on the critical injury table. What did you roll? Where have you hit?
49.
94.
Okay, 94. It's not, I think that's a leg or something.
Left
like that.
leg.
Yes.
We can capture him alive.
Wait, where'd you get? Okay, so where's the 94 come from?
You flip your attack roll, so you rolled a 49. You flip
So
it.
it comes
and it's
94. Got you.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, left leg.
I mean, injury, critical damage. It is an energy weapon,
Yeah.
and it is to the leg. Okay.
Dude, you're just gonna like blow the leg off,
Oh,
probably.
that shit.
Okay. D10.
That's my second Righteous Fury. Woohoo!
Damn.
Damn.
The first one we set fire to that one dude who just burned alive in his armor. Corvin saw that.
You can still kill this guy too. You can set him completely
Yeah.
afire.
The energy attack fries the leg, leaving it a mess of blackened flesh. The leg is broken until it is repaired. Target counts as having lost the leg. Suffers 1d5 levels of fatigue.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh.
That's 5 levels of fatigue.
We got our fucking hostage or person to interrogate. Let's go. Good job, Zeke. Good shit.
Perfect.
Zeke
And-
Zeke literally, as he rises up and takes this shot, as he kneels down, activates the Vox and speaks for the first time since we've gotten here, and says, "Take that one alive. I'm gonna
Like
probe his mind."
the guy literally, like the scream is almost glass shattering
Oof.
as the lasgun like scorches his leg right down to the bone essentially, and he just passes out with the pain.
As Zeke is coming down, he will yell out into the crowd to the last guy. Drop him and drop it and return to the Emperor's embrace, so we may give you his mercy.
Death threat. Nice.
Yeah, intimidation.
Yes. Any modifier?
Nope.
All right, -20 because I am not good.
Minus
degrees
10
of success.
additional degrees.
You
I
needed
could-
a negative 22.
It was impossible.
Yeah, you don't put a penalty in for unskilled tests. It just halves whatever the associated trait is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So willpower. Oh no, I'm sorry. Strength.
You still can't
Nine,
make
I
it.
needed
You
a
still
9.
needed a negative 2?
I still needed a 9.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure that he.
Intimidates based off strength, and I just lost a third of my strength, legitimately.
He's not at all intimidated by the frail-looking robed figure barely able to hold up an autogun or lasgun.
Now, maybe if I would have smited this guy, he might have.
Possibly.
But as far as he's concerned, I'm just a frail guardsman.
Judas,
Let's go, Judas.
There's one guy left, right?
one guy left. He's already been shot by Fars.
Then I believe double team procs, so I'm gonna take a standard shot at him.
Yep.
Where do I roll to make the attack again? I can.
You click on your weapon for the button to hit.
Do I need to click half aim?
Only if you're actually spending half an
I
action
want to
to
be able
aim.
to have 2 shots. In case.
Oh
I miss
yeah,
the
so
first
you're not aiming then, so it's just a.
one. And then point blank, I'm at short range.
What weapon are you using?
Las gun. I still have
Gun.
my
Yeah,
las gun.
you're at short range. Yeah.
And then no modifier. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. 10 damage.
Yeah. That's the end. This guy's miserable existence.
I shoot him straight in the heart.
Damn.
Shot through
You guys, you're on alert. You're aiming guns around. The crowd is pretty much scattered away from the landing bay. A lot of the administrators have maybe been hit by accident with the incoming fire, but they've kind of either hit the ground flat, prone, or scrambled up back onto the Aquila lander. But a few moments pass and no one else emerges to take any shots at you or threaten your existence in any way.
I rush over to Oakham, and assuming that he'll help me, Judas will pull Oakham into some cover, and then
Pull him into the lander.
Yeah, he's already been behind cover. He's up and walking, though. Man, I figure he's got a nice burn scar, like a nice bolt like blast around like mid sternum, from the shot.
Right.
So like,
Okay.
yeah. So he'll walk with you into the ship, and as he does, he'll turn around, just point a metal hand out towards the bodies, retrieve them, and bring them in.
Zeke will move over towards Vars and will kind of look over towards the unconscious dude whose leg I literally blasted into non-existence, and and say, "Well, it looks like we get to have fun with the captive again."
Mm-hmm. Var's gonna holster his pistols a little shakily with his left arm because obviously he's got a freaking pulse hole blasted into it, and he's gonna grab this guy by his good leg and start dragging him up the ship ramp, just not caring if he's going to be alive or not.
Zeke will pick up his pulse. Go and pick up most of the pulse. Well, one of the pulse weapons. He can't carry all of them. He ain't got the capacity anymore. And we'll start passing him towards Judas and get him onto the lander.
As I'm getting on the lander, I'm taking this little Arbites badge off, and I just fucking throw it on the seat. Sorry, I have food in my mouth. I look at the Administratum representative and I say, I am no Arbites. Tell me what in the Emperor's name just happened here. Were they after you?
There goes out of skies. It's just lumped this guy onto the floor.
Zeke literally looks at Judas, looks to the guy on the floor, and just kind of looks at Vars and has the look of, what are we going? Can we do our job? No, okay.
If they're after him, then it doesn't matter if he knows that I'm not an Arbites.
Give me a command roll. That very much
I
sounds
choose
like
to succeed.
Okay, spending a fate point.
Yep, I'm going to roll a d10 now to see if I lose that fate point or not. I succeed by 3 successes.
Nice.
My man.
I do not get the fate point back.
My man.
He sort of stammers and stutters for a moment, like then the Imperium have sent the specialists to deal with the problem.
You don't need to know who we are. What you need to know is that we have the power to make life very hard for you or to solve a lot of your issues. Be forthright with me. Why were these people targeting you? Who are you to these people?
Zeke will walk up next to Judas when he's saying this, though, actually, and just kind of stare, and just kind of keep staring at the administrator, and just kind of pull out his psi focus ever so slightly, just making sparks kind of jump from his knuckles.
I am. When the killing started, the former administrator of the city was one of the first victims. None of the other established nobility on the planet wanted to take the role, and we drew straws to see who would sit at the head of the city.
So you're telling me, Var's gonna walk up to him and just look down at him. You're telling me that you played a little bit of a game of chance to decide who would be running things around here, and you're wondering why shit's all messed up?
Well, it was none of us wanted to be the target of a further assassination attempt.
He gestured at the guy on the floor. Well, that didn't really matter now, did it?
Do you have a private
Especially-
estate that you're staying at?
I do, but
Take us there now.
That might not be a good idea, Judas.
You think you want to stay out here where the terrorists are?
Do you suggest we just lead them to a place where we're all just trapped in one building? That's kind of not a good idea.
The planet's enforcement commissioner is on his way here to meet us.
Carrie, a question. Oakham is not speaking. I am. Oakham is largely quiet right now, but he is currently watching everyone, and he is also watching to make sure we have policed all the weapons from our assailants. Right? We have them all. Okay.
We have all 4.
No, I heard a no in there. Who said no?
I don't know who said no. I said yes. We grabbed all 4. Judas
There was
had
only 2.
took 2 in.
There's only 2
pulse
pulse
Yes,
carbines.
Judas got one of them.
Okay, good.
The other ones were auto guns, right?
Yeah.
Were they wearing Tau armor? Or
Yeah, they were all wearing pieces of Tau armor. Yeah.
All right. So if that's the case, then Oakham is going to sort of clamber himself back up to his full height and silently begin to walk out there and collect the armor off of the dead. So every instance of Tau technology we can salvage that he can find, he's going to grab.
Is he in any shape to be walking around? He just like broadly asked the rest of the group.
He's probably trailing blood and oil at this point, like just straight up. But he's walking.
Never mind.
We need to get
I
some
am
shit
literally like-
now. What is the nearest hardened structure? I asked the administrative member.
The nearest structure would be the central precinct that the city's enforcement agency is.
We need to make our way there, folks.
Zeke will look. Zeke will kind of look at Judas and look towards our captive and say, "Are we bringing him along?"
Yeah, we are. Make sure he stays alive.
Yep.
Otherwise, if you give me a moment, I can try and probe information now, and we can.
With your hiccup earlier, I don't know if I trust you to do any sort of probing.
You like the color of the Tau armor is actually the color of the armor that would have been used by the Tau forces that were here when the Imperium arrived. Like let's find a Tau name generator. The Seosha enclave of Tau that resided in this region of space.
Nice.
It's a kind of like a teal color, but it has like kind of rippling effects, almost like water ripples from the camouflage.
I love that. So yeah, Oakham is just out there, one at a time, kneeling down. Helpy deployed his little drone out there, disassembling the armor off the dead, like just disengaging one clasp, 2 clasp, remove front pauldron, remove back pauldron. I figure these things had to be simple enough to put on and off for like random like rebel elements to do, since it is like shards of Tau tech. So he's just like stripping everything he can that doesn't look the slightest bit Imperial. Honestly, he's probably like ripped the cloak or like the shirt off of one of the assailants, off their body, just to like have something to pile it into, and then just like put it into the bag, use one servo arm to carry it, use the other servo arm so he can limp to the next body, repeat procedure until they've all been stripped, the ones that we left out there, and then return back to the shuttle.
Yeah, I would have definitely just been overwatching him from the door the entire time.
If you're overwatching from the door, you can see some armored vehicles arrive.
Our military, like a good armored vehicle, bad armored.
Yeah, like they're like Arbites type
Oh, okay.
vehicles.
Good, because we can get another multi-bomb.
But yeah, they arrive. The leading vehicle outsteps a rather hardened and grizzled looking individual wearing Arbiter's armor.
Gentlemen, we have a man of interest approaching us. I'll say from my scoped position.
Does this look like the commissioner?
It appears so.
Judas, with all due respect,
These are your
Arbites to
people, Boris.
Arbites.
I'd rather
Now
deal
you're
with
reading me. He'd clap you on the shoulder, and you could see his left arm was like violently shaking.
Let
Now
me take
then.
a look at that later.
Yep, preferably sooner than later. It feels like somebody just chewed a hole through my fucking forearm.
They did.
He's just gritting and smiling through the pain.
I'm
Just a
just
little bit painful.
For those of you that have played Disco Elysium, it's the expression.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go with. I'm gonna actually sit here in cover, overwatching, making sure no other terrorist attacks happen or anything like that.
I'm gonna be talking to the administratum person, getting like information about local politics and organizations, all the gangs and what have you that I can squeeze in a short period of time.
We would have been fucked if they had marker lights.
Oh, absolutely.
While he's going off to do that, since Juice and them all left out, and I'm left with this guy. I will actually try and link into his head and read what his thoughts were.
Oh,
That
yeah,
wasn't fair.
you can do that.
Don't try him.
Okay. Then yeah, give me the psychic roll.
Warp shit
All
right
right.
behind my head.
The focus is +10, but the telepathic link is a -10, so no modifier.
Woof.
Nope,
Yeah, you
but no doubles.
put your hands to either side of the target's head. You can't seem to.
Mm,
Maybe
I
it's
have
the pain that they're feeling.
Mm.
I have one last fate point left. Can I use that to re-roll that?
Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up soon anyway. So
Yeah, that's why I was like, I might as well.
Nice.
That's better.
so you
With-
struggle for a moment. All the surface thoughts are pain.
Mm-hmm. With my with the 2 degrees of success, can I probe to see what was the thoughts before pain took everything?
This person was very much willing to die for the greater good. It wasn't until he experienced such pain that maybe reconsidering some of those thoughts that there are worse things than dying. But like, yeah, he was willing to die for the greater good. His thoughts kind of go back to life in the system was better pre-Imperium.
With my decent intelligence, could I deduce that we'll be able to get anything out of him? That won't be at the edge of a torturous device, which we all know is subjective.
It'd be a logic roll.
Intelligence have it.
It'll half it automatically when you make the roll if you're not trained in it.
Got you.
Yeah.
You were close.
I was really close.
Torture, no torture. Guy's probably. He seems very devoted to the cause. If that's still the main thought process going through his brain, even after having his leg practically melted off,
Okay.
yeah, it's going to be a hard nut to crack.
Zeke will look over at Judas and as he's kind of like asking all these questions, instead of actually speaking up, he's just gonna vox to him directly and say, "We're not gonna get anything out of him."
Like mid-conversation with the Administratum, I just go, take him with
He's
us anyway.
devoted.
Might be important.
I take him in anyways. All right. I was gonna say he's devoted to the cause. He remembers life before the Imperium. The only thing that's ever made him think otherwise is the fact that I blasted his leg off.
Well, the good news is, Zeke, Pain is an excellent teacher, and the Emperor saw fit to grace him with another leg.
Far as you step out of the lander, you're like face to face with this fellow arbitrator. He isn't wearing the armor you'd expect from like a local group of arbitrators. It is proper Adeptus Arbites armor that he's wearing. And you can see holstered on one hip is a bolt pistol.
Oh,
And then
Neuron activation.
on the other hip is a power maul. Not a simple shock maul. Not quite as ornate as maybe military grade 1 or the type that maybe like certain Space Marine chapters or whatever might employ, but it's still a power weapon. And that, along with how ornate his armor is, signifies that he outranks you as an arbitrator.
Son of a bitch. The one thing I have to my name and I'm getting outranked in it.
Nope.
Vars has his wounded arm behind his back. Despite the fact he's pushing the part of the wound into his back, he knows that it's like arbitrator standard to just show no pain and just be as professional as possible, like perfect posture. And he's gonna... And Vars is just like in his head, like, I swear to fucking God, I hope he's not left-handed. And he's gonna hold his hand out for a shake.
He reaches out, grabs you firmly by the hand.
Arbitrator Vars Aurelian, pleasure to meet you, sir.
I have a name written somewhere. God damn it. Man, I've got so many tabs open at the moment.
No, you're good. I'll come up with a name for you. His name is Gweeb Magan.
Leave McGann.
You with Squeed and Gweed
No.
every game.
He
Boblin the Goblin.
he is Commissioner Iov Volkov.
I have fuck. That's a better name than Gweeb Magab, but
It's funny every time.
That's why I'm annoyed red. It works always. It never stops. It makes me very annoyed.
alright, give me the name one more time because I literally almost wrote down Gweeb.
Iov, IOV, and then Volkov, VOLKOV.
Okay. Far just misspeaks. Nice to meet you, Gweeb.
Punch to the face.
Guys.
Yes.
I've never seen a handshake become a fist so quickly.
Far is just to like not look
Push
strange.
you into it.
Yeah, just like his left arm, as to not look strange, he puts his other arm behind his back as well. Just like
Don't show weakness, Vars.
He
ouchie.
he looks at the damage that has been done to the landing bay. Take it this wasn't you single-handedly.
Oh well.
He kind of nods towards Corvin, who's like standing at the ramp with a rifle, with a long fuzz.
I had some help, of course. We have a bit of an issue, as you may know, Mr. Volkov. We got a terrorist that immediately attacked us as soon as we decided to step off the ramp. So, took some initiative and took 4 of them out for you. Even secured a couple of postcard bags.
I suppose I should thank you for doing my job for me.
No, sir, thank you's not needed. I am proud to serve the Emperor in any facet as I can.
And which branch of the Emperor's many government bodies sent you along with other trained operatives to handle it?
The Inquisition. So we're in some deep doo-doo here, pardon my language.
He motions to the armoured vehicles. Then I suggest your fellow operatives and those politicians that you're travelling with. He says it with so much disdain.
Bars gives him a knowing look like, I know, I don't like him either.
Get into the vehicle so we can move you to somewhere a little bit more secure than this landing bay.
Bars puts his finger and his thumb in his mouth and lets out that really sharp, loud whistle, and then as everybody looks at him, he goes,
So, Ogum's gonna finish policing the armor, including off our living captive. That guy's not getting to wear anything vaguely resembling Tau armature after this. Once he's secured all the items, he's gonna take that guy's shirt off to wrap it around to make sure that the parcel's nice and stable, and he's going to begin to walk towards the vehicles, bearing the weight, mostly on his servo arm, the other one kind of like bearing the other half of a pretty prominent limp now.
I tell the administrator we're leaving.
I suggest that we take the administrator with us as to prevent further casualties.
Oh, that's what I meant. Like, they're leaving. They're coming with us.
They're
You
going.
are leaving. You are part
With
of the
them,
we
yeah.
administrator.
Okay.
That was implied.
Yeah.
It was implied by the fucking blank slate St. Drusus mask that's just ominously standing over them.
Follow you. The administrator goes to get into the first vehicle, and the commissioner of the local forces, arbitrage forces, is like, you can ride in the rear one along with your staff.
Was that a show of disrespect? Could I just kind of like pick up on that?
I'm gonna ride with the administrator just to keep getting keyed in on as much as I can.
It was like, you were up front and told him that you work for the Inquisition. He is
So
very clearly treating you guys more respectfully than the administrators.
Yeah, because he knows that we have the ability to blow his head off and not explain.
We have
Wait,
the power.
we're inquisitorial agents, not an inquisitor. Never mind.
Yeah, no. If we were an Inquisitor, this would have been a very different encounter. We're not. We're the Inquisitor's, like, date
Lackeys.
We're his lackeys.
We're his
We're his goons.
Yeah.
Well,
As he clearly stated before, Zeke, keep making yourself useful to me, not the Imperium, to him, and I'll have all the books I want.
with all due respect, arbitrator, I believe that you and I have things to discuss.
That's why you'll be riding in the front vehicle with me.
Gentlemen?
Along with your fellow operatives if they wish to join us.
Would you wish to ride in the same vehicle, gentlemen? I highly recommend it. Oh, we also have a prisoner.
Corvin's like 30 meters away trying to drag this body with Zeke's help.
Zeke is not. Zeke is. If you guys look back, Zeke will have like will be holding like one of the legs, and even holding that one leg, like that, the las gun and all that on there, like you can hear his ventilator like about 30 meters away.
He gives you a nod when you say you've got a prisoner.
Oakham is going to, seeing that, turn to, he's going to turn to our friend, the Janissary, and hold out the bag to Judas and just say, keep it safe. And in a relatively, like, human voice. and he's just going to walk back, again, somewhat limping, now free of that burden. Walk over to where you guys are trying to drag the prisoner, and just bring both servo arms to bear, and just pull him up and hold him over his head. One around the guy's waist, one around the guy's neck, and just carry him like basically a giant Subway sandwich over his head.
Zeke will climb on top of Oakum's back as well. He's getting piggybacked.
Well, see, if that ain't
With my
mighty
gaping chest
helpful.
wound, you're gonna die.
Please, Oakum, I need your help. You were touched by a rager. I was touched by a fat blob.
Yep. Okay.
So
Yes.
yeah, he's
What
gonna.
were you gonna
walk
say?
the body back.
Oh, as Oakum does that, he was just saying, well, if that ain't mighty helpful of you, and just follow after him.
Vars is 100% not making himself useful. He is just sort of presenting himself to this arbitrator as, I'm the officer of this group, so I don't have to get my hands dirty.
Yeah.
He motions to some of the other enforcement agents that are with him. They are decently armored, about as armored as maybe PDF forces would probably be, although not in military type colours. They're like a deep blue, almost black, that kind of matches the same colours as official Adeptus Arbitus armour. Then they can make room in one of the vehicles for your prisoner.
Throw him in there.
Yep. When he's shown the way to do, when he's shown the place to put him, he's going to take the body, put it down in there, and then immediately kind of like knuckle walking with his servo arms back over to where the bag is. He's going to take it back from Judas and just get into the lead vehicle and quietly sit down with the bag in his lap.
The commissioner will get into the front vehicle. The administrators are kind of motioned into the middle one, and the third vehicle in the back is where the surviving prisoner is put.
Are these like combat vehicles or like just transport?
They're kind of like a police van, but like heavier armored.
Okay, is there like a turret at all, or like
Yeah, there'll be
an outside seat?
probably heavy autogun.
Oh, okay.
Which
currently a gunner in ours?
Probably because they kind of sped up their arrival when they heard that there was fighting happening at the landing strip. But it's like, yeah, it's a big heavy gun. It's probably designed for dispersing riots and crowds.
Alright. Well, if there's not a guy in there, I'll jump up in the turret. If not, I'll just sit quietly.
Yeah, one of the guys that was up there can go in the back vehicle with the prisoner you've got.
Yeah, I want to wield the big gun.
But yeah, it's an autocannon that's on top.
Oh, okay.
Definitely disperse the crowd.
That will do more than disperse a crowd.
Actually, probably more likely to be a heavy stubber.
Okay, alright.
Well,
Yeah,
multi-crowd.
there we go.
That'll mulch a crowd.
That will tear through a crowd and ping off.
I know.
Ping off some power rounds.
Autocannons are fucking disgusting.
Rate of fire,
Yeah.
8.
3d10 damage.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Zeke will sit kind of like in a nice in the back, but kind of closer towards where Corbin is, just in case, so I can boost his ballistic skill.
Nice.
Yeah, the entourage of vehicles starts to move out of the landing bay, driving through. This is most likely one of the innermost rings of the city, so it's quite elaborate, quite well put together. The structures all look quite sturdy, well insulated. those of you that are in the vehicle with the commissioner. He's not a man of many words. In fact, he seems like he doesn't necessarily want to talk while he's in the vehicle. There are other planetary, like lesser enforcement officers driving the vehicle at the moment.
Can make an inquiry check.
And while we're moving, I think Oakham's probably experimenting with the armor, trying to like sort of analyze it, figure out. He's not going to figure out how it works in a short span of time, but like start to understand. He'll try his best to start to understand it. I don't know what role you want me to do that for him, but I figure like a tech use or something.
Probably tech use, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, you can give me an inquiry roll. Red.
Okay.
Give me. I need a 29 or less. Oh
No! Go for it.
boy.
Backwards of
Use
that.
it. Use it. Use it. Use it. Use it.
Use it or lose it, baby.
Use it or lose it, baby. Use it or burn it.
Come on, baby. Give me your Chaos God number, baby. Let's
Nice.
go, baby. Woo! I'm inquiring it up in this bitch.
Nice. I'm just gonna spend a fate point to automatically succeed
Nice.
on this roll. What's the roll to see if I get it back?
I think that's only for.
That's only for me because I have the Shrine World.
Oh, right.
Shrine
Gotcha.
World, yeah.
He's
Yeah, I wish
Blessed by the Emperor and all that, yeah.
Fair.
Oh,
fair.
so what you're telling me is do a mystic from a shrine world, and I'll have all the rerolls.
Yeah. So how many degrees of success does it give you?
Just
Was it
he's normal.
No, for
yeah.
the automatic tech use roll.
Oh, God, it's been a bit. So that's equal to. Is it equal to your ranks in it, or how does that work again? It's been a bit.
It's probably going to have an attribute that is based off of. For me, it's my willpower, so I don't know. For you,
Right, and for me, it's intelligence. So that's going to be 35.
Is it from being a tech priest that you get that ability, or?
Oh wait! Hold on. The whole like burn a point to just succeed on the roll.
Oh, I used two abilities there. I used Sway the Masses, and then the recovery one is what I get from Shrine World. Sorry.
All right, that's the case. No, it's all right. I was like, wait, what? Because I didn't realize you could do that. I can't do that. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I can, however, spend a fate point to add a roll. How does it work with the roll to get the bonus?
Add a plus 10 to it.
Okay, plus 10. So we'll do that. So that's going to be tech use plus 10 because he has the tool. He has the tool because of his servo skull. Plus 10 also for this. So that's plus 20. Roll it out.
Nice.
Hell yeah! 2 degrees success. 41.
Okay. So, in the case of Red, you can't get too solid a read on the guy. He clearly doesn't want to talk in the vehicle. Anytime you broach a conversation, he isn't too subtle about the fact that he'll keep glancing back at the people driving the vehicle as if he doesn't entirely trust the people under him.
So he's definitely just like, he's got like an uncomfortable, like paranoid aura about him.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, Vars is going to try to proverbially break bread with him. Arbitrator, I'm from Argoth, Hive World. Maybe you've heard of it.
I think in my long years of serving the Emperor and bringing the law to the Imperium, I've been there once or twice.
That was my old stomping grounds, and just wanted to let you know that I'm pretty equipped to deal with situations like this. So rest assured, nothing gets past my eyes. Aye. He points to his one good eye. So if you have any information for me, as you know, you would know better than I, given your rank. Any information is just crucial.
He'll say something that probably doesn't make sense to anyone else that's overhearing the conversation. People with like being an arbitrator, you're taught different codes and things like that for different situations. And what he's implying is that while he tries to enforce the law here in the Hive World, that there are not just assassinations in all walks of life here in the Hive City, but that he feels that there are people who have infiltrated and who are not loyal to the Imperium in every walk of life here in the city.
In not understanding it, this like sort of exchange of legalese and slang and sort of just like cop talk. And Vars has like for one of the first times you've seen, Vars is pretty much like a straight shooter. Like he's poker faced or he's like smiling. Those are his two moods. He actually looks a little bit concerned about this situation. I've dealt with similar situations. Infiltration's not too hard to do when you got several billion people under your fold.
The Hive Worlds tend to need the likes of me and you more often than others.
The targets.
Breeding ground for all sorts of malcontent. Oakham, as you're studying the Tau armor, there's a few things that are of interest to you, particularly given how old you are. Stasis. Tau weren't ever an alien race, a Xenos race that the Imperium ever really mentioned during the 31st millennium. Even though these seem to be scrap of tech, armor tech, it's the compounds that make up the armor are unlike any compounds that the Imperium use. They're lightweight, but they offer a fairly decent amount of protection as well as flexibility. And then even taking a quick glance over the pulse carbines, that level of plasma technology is well out with the reach of the Imperium of Man, given how strict the Mechanicus are on changing and adapting technology.
So as he's studying it, he's going to release like a trio of little tiny digital beeps, and his drone, Helpy, disconnects from the rack that's built into the base of his, or really like the middle of his shoulders between his scapula, which I figure is like in that area is where his servo mechadendrites are all attached. And the little drone hovers over, and Oakham whispers to it in binary to begin a recording, at which point he then begins to say in hyperdense binary, basically just describing it like ultra-dense nanoline crystal metal veneer bonded to an inner layer, high-performance thermoset molecular polythyrene why didn't I think of this? Like, literally just, like, taking notes as he's going through it. And, eventually he, once he's done, like, listing off how everything is... Like, he doesn't understand exactly how it works, but, like, he's starting to grasp, like, he's starting to understand, like, the basic principles. I figure it's kind of like when you're talking to somebody who's, like, they know science, they might sort of understand the idea of what quantum stuff is, but they're not a quantum physicist by any stretch of the imagination. They just get the base concept. I figure that's what he's at right now. And so after a couple seconds of, like, taking those notes, he'll tell Helpy to retract, and he'll turn and just mention, the insurgents are very well equipped.
Well, yeah, I mean, you'd be the best to tell us, and I'd point at his chest.
He would look down, and big hole in his robes there. He does have, like, sculpted, like, metal armor. It's kind of like the lorica that used to be worn by, like, Roman soldiers.
Hot boy Oakham?
Yeah, a little bit. It's not quite, like, full on, like, you know.
Oakham shiny 6-pack abs.
Oh
We're
yeah.
not quite at, like, shiny steel titties, but we're, like, in that ballpark.
That's all I'm picturing now. Is
Chad Oakham.
Well, he does have, like,
fucking-
I love that. That's why he wears the mask. He's a very strong cleft chin.
Yeah, I was just
but
seeing
no.
it now. I was just seeing it. It's a fucking... Yeah, I like that.
But no, under the armor, it is segmented. It very closely does mimic the human form, more than most armor from the Mechanicum does. Like, so you can see, like, the front of his armor's been burned, like, a hole in it. There's, like, a nice, really brutal, like, dent in it. It's like a softball-sized dent in it. And, like, probably still smoldering from the plasma damage that, like, stretched out like lightning bolts across it. And just sort of, like, reaches down, runs a finger along it, and it's like, it's probably oozing with blood and oil. Yes, it is a masterwork. And he's just gonna sort of shake the blood onto the ground and straighten up.
The commissioner nods. Yeah, I'm wondering where and how they're getting equipped. He looks towards Corvin. Were you one of the guard regiments that helped liberate the sector?
Yes.
And then you know there wasn't much fighting done in this world. So it isn't coincidence that they've came across the equipment. It's got to be coming from somewhere else.
I will probably hold my tongue until we're alone.
The atmosphere in the middle vehicle with the administrators is like being stuck in a fucking henhouse with a bunch of stressed chickens when there's a fox outside where they're every little bump in the road, any other vehicle that passes yours makes them sort of twitch and like really edgy.
I mean, I definitely am like that in the turret. I'm like, looking at everything.
But they, like, a lot of them got maybe grazed or clipped. Trying to sort of scramble up into the lander. Mostly with auto gun rounds, but a lot of them aren't really in the mood for talking because they're currently nursing injuries. The main administrator who you found is, you know, the current president or lead administrator of this hive city. Seems to be the only one that hasn't been hit.
Of course.
think the commissioner is making a good choice. The precinct is one of the most heavily fortified buildings in the whole hive.
Oh goodness. Well, it'll give us a place to talk at least.
The the prisoner. What do you think he'll tell you anything?
Zeke chimes in the back and says, and explains that he probed into his mind. He explains the after the digging through immense levels of pain, that he was devoted to this. He'd never once questioned anything until I blasted his leg off, and even then, it's only because of the unrelenting pain he just went through. So after stating all that, he kind of is quiet for a second before he says, "So I'm just waiting until I have a confirmation to purge the heretic."
And once he wakes, you'll need to inflict more pain to get the answers you're looking for.
Zeke will kind of lift up the skull on the side of his hip and just begin focusing energy through it, and looks towards him and says, "I'm sure he'll talk."
But this is the head administrator that's doing the talking, so that'd be the middle vehicle.
Hey, right.
Derek, you're in that one.
Yeah, with the administrator.
With them. But the rest of you went in the front one, so most of the conversation is through comms.
Yeah.
Got you. Then he'll just kind of give a chuckle at the comms and say, "I have my ways to make them talk."
Derek, can you give me a awareness roll?
Awareness roll. I'm gonna spend.
Oh,
a thing
no.
on it.
No.
I still fail.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, you only have a 10. Oh my god. Too
Not
late.
Yeah, like the administrators here all seem high-strung, injured, and you're like these vehicles are armored, which is fine. But you've had experience fighting too if like these terrorists in the hive have access to anything bigger than a fucking pulse carbine.
Gun.
These vehicles aren't quite built for that type of firepower. So like your mind's a little bit distracted on worst case scenarios.
Yeah. I mean, a pulse carbine could probably rip through this shit.
Well, pulse carbine will probably do a bit of damage to one of these. But essentially, you can see this looming, heavy sort of concrete and steel structure that the vehicles are heading to and eventually drive into a sort of underground car park type space where there's other similar vehicles. I think we'll end there for the session.
Sounds good.
All right, cool. Lee ended with the image of who needs jumper cables when you have a psychic battery right here.
Dude, that was awesome, Andy. Thank you for running that, man. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you so much.
It was great coming back. I loved having a chat with Grandpa.
Absolutely.
I really wish someone else would have rolled another one so we could have had a little bit more, but nope.
It's all right.
We haven't had Slanesh do horny speak yet.
There has been no Slanesh Horny-speak at all yet.
It's true.
There will never be Slanesh because we're on Twitch.
True. We roll Slanesh. No, we didn't.
No, we rolled Slanesh. All right, so we're gonna peace
Fade
out
to black
the
for a
next
few
30 minutes.
minutes, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll age a Sigmarify Slanesh and like
Exactly. It's just like, hey, don't you want a burger? How about 5? How about 50? Yes, 50. All the burgers right now.
why don't you just make those burgers human flesh instead?
Yeah, exactly. You can throw a
No,
couple
I-
hooks in there too. Have some fun with it.
Nah, if it ends up Slanesh, what you end up doing is say, "Oh, hold on, turn on an overlay," and it just puts a big tape over the screen that says censored, and be like, "All right, here we go." So
Pixelate
Slanesh,
the screen for a couple of minutes and nothing else changed.
Pick out the screen. Cut the audio, pink out the screen until we describe what's happened, and then
You can see the real exclusive at Patreon. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be funny though.
come pay at OnlyFans and get the real video.
OnlyFans Dark Heresy campaign. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Start sending all the pictures of Oakham in a bikini.
just run a Dark Crusade game where everybody plays followers of Slanesh, or like a Black Crusade game where everyone plays followers of Slanesh. Put it on OnlyFans.
There you go.
Oh my god.
That would be content, man. There would be
It would be
if you had a bunch of hot people playing, like shirtless.
Definitely not me.
Yeah, that would be content. I'm just putting this out into the ether. That's what the people want to see. Internet, make it happen.
Or we do all a bunch of crazed Black Templars.
Well, and then in that case we just do Death Watch. But y'all can be crazy at Black Templars. I'm sorry, you know what I'm going for. I'm making the Assault Marine and basing him out as if he's a fucking he wants to be chaplain, because there is no chaplain class in Death Watch, which is stupid.
Ah, fair enough.
Is there not?
There's not. It sucks. I want to be a Blood Angels chaplain. I just want to move through and just literally be like,
I think it's a prestige class is what it is. Because it's the same thing with like becoming like a Black Warden and that kind of thing. Like, you don't start at that class. You move into that class. At least if it's anything like first edition. I don't know about second edition.
There is only one edition of Death Watch.
yeah.
Okay. I know there is a chaplain. It's just not the sort of thing you immediately have access to.
I could not find anything that's specifically on it. So if there is, it's probably like one of those additional.
I think it's a like in Dark Heresy, you can spend XP on the elite advance to become an Inquisitor.
Shit.
I think it's similar to that because there's one where you can become a Dreadnought in Death Watch as well.
Oh!
Yeah, it's
Yes.
the same book. It's Captain Dreadnought, Chaplain, Black Shield. There's like one or two more in there.
That's fucking.
I think
So,
it's
watch
the Rights of Battle. The Rights of Battle source book
Okay.
yeah.
has the advanced speciality of Chaplain. Yep.
All
And then
I want.
adds additional rows for armor, wet armor and vehicles,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
which I think is where the Dreadnought is as well. Yeah.
Vehicle, yeah.
Technically, I think the only way to prestige in a Dreadnought is to be critically wounded,
Oh, yeah,
survive,
yeah.
and then you can become a Dreadnought. If
Yeah, it
the
has
guy wants
has some
that.
prerequisites to it. Yeah, and one of them is you need to be critically wounded.
All I want to do is get into one of those really intense combat scenes and just yell at the top of my lungs with every swing. Burn the heretic! Kill the mutant! Purge the unclean!
Oh, I love it.
Hell yeah. One day. All right, folks. Well, thank y'all for being here. Let's do our shout outs. Red, start us off, buddy.
Hello, it is I, Red. I'm one of the 3 primary colors, and I'm a content creator here on Twitch, Twitter, and other many places. I'm currently taking commissions for both character portrait art and maps, mostly maps, because I do map very good.
Map very
and other than that, you can find me tomorrow on my channel, Redemption VA, here on Twitch, streaming Cyberpunk Red. Omni joins us for that. He's one of the... he's a part of our titular cast. 2 p.m. CST. Check us out. And other than that, I'm on Derek's channel a hell of a lot, so you've probably seen me before and you'll see me again. Woe is you. But Other than that, yeah, you can keep up with me on Twitter. I have a book out. I'm writing more book, and yeah, I do many a thing. I'm also learning piano. Well, because why not?
I am
Hell yeah,
writing more
man.
book.
Your machine, Red. I'll never
Absolutely.
understand, and that's coming from me.
The robot.
I just like learning shit, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I fucking love it, man. That'll be
Writing more book.
Writing more
Write
book.
more book. I am write more book.
No word good. No word real good.
But book good.
No,
Book be good.
No K-N-O-W.
No book good.
No book good. Thank you for being here, Ed. Much love, man. Much appreciated.
Absolutely.
Keel.
Hi there. I am the Banana Keel. I also am the DM for New Platinum Content, which is back after a month-and-a-half long hiatus. Check us out this Sunday. We were back last Sunday, but we should be actually getting into some serious stuff this upcoming
Ooh.
Sunday. Should be real fun. Dungeons of the Mad Mage is about to get real crazy.
Fuck yeah. Dude, that's mega hype. Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here, man. Much love, much appreciated as
Thanks
always.
for having me.
Of course. Here.
What's up, everybody? It's Dear Blood, your boy Austin, turning 28 today, and
Happy
boy,
birthday.
oh boy,
Hey,
I
happy
turned
birth.
28 today.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
thank
bad
you.
for you turning 28. So sad.
So young, I know, so young, so young, and you know what? The next time I'll be able to enjoy a real birthday for myself is 18 years from now, because a couple months from now I'm gonna have a daughter.
Ooh,
Nice.
congratulations.
Now that right there. Cheers.
Yeah,
And
thank
in,
you.
In 18 years, you will be celebrating because you're like, you can leave now.
Well, in 18 years, my birthday will matter again because they'll be like, "Hey, Dad, it's your birthday," and he'll be like, "Yeah, what do you want to do?"
Having now 2 teenage stepchildren, daughters. Oh, enjoy them when they're young, man. Once they hit about 12,
Yeah,
they
I
become
know.
really shit.
I know. Why do you think her name's gonna be Tia Beatty? I'm expecting it.
Very true. Well, congratulations, man. That's exciting.
Thank you. But yeah. So fun stuff. Funky things. Though some schedule changes may have changed up. So sometime in the future, keep an eye out for the biggest boy in Dickest Band of Merry Men, as the Chosen of
Coming
Tempest
back.
is going to make a return to the group.
That's gonna be fun.
But other than that, let's pass it on to Oakham.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. Much appreciated, Tier. Much love.
How
Ani.
dare you make me be here on my birthday? I'm kidding. I'm so happy. I had a lot of fun.
Hey, everybody. I'm the last Omnitech, your favorite robot American. Freshly hit level 34 as of yesterday. Feeling good. So,
Happy birthday, Ani.
yeah.
Happy
Yeah, man.
birth. So much birth.
So much birth. It's all I
Happy
guess,
level
that's why.
34.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm aiming for 120.
What feat did you get?
The feat.
34 isn't divisible by 4. You didn't get one this time.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't.
No.
Also, in fairness, my last one was a pretty big one. It was tolerate corporate abuse.
No, so
but-
once you get over a third of 100, you always take a negative feat. So did your knees cackle? Are they expecting
shit.
that
Oh,
one?
I forgot about the
I had a
negative
bike
modifier.
accident. I had a bike accident. That qualifies. Major accident.
Ooh.
So let's see. What do we got? So tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. EST. You guys can catch me on stream. I'm gonna be doing the Breakfast Club, where we all hang out together, both the TTRPG community and also my little tiny community, and we all hang out and just play video games and relax. The latest season for Destiny 2 launched, the Season of the Plunder. So if you all want to see me be a pirate in space, join in. It's pretty fun. Likewise, also, later that evening, as Red mentioned, we will be playing Cyberpunks, and I'm super ready to play Cyberpunk Red with Redemption VA and the awesome cast, including Alakazam, Kat the Lore Mistress, and Artie as well. They are all incredible. I love them all, and I love the game. You guys can also catch me... Actually, you won't be catching me until Saturday evening, because after that, on Friday, I'm going to hang out with Alakazam and see Leverett Art in a coffin in a little local get-together for the next 2 days, and I'll be back in time for Covet. I believe. No, Lancer. And actually, I'm thinking about it. No, I won't be. So it's just going to be, you're not going to see me again until next
Aw,
Thursday.
we'll
I
miss
feel
you.
bad. I know I'm going to miss you guys too.
Well, Wednesday, mouse guard.
Yes. So next week, Wednesday, mouse guard. And
I remember
this time
things.
slot. Yeah.
Not this
God, I
time
need
slot.
to-
It's 7 actually.
7, yeah. And I need to
It's
just
okay.
write this shit down. Anyway, it's a pleasure, guys, as always. Andy, thank you for running this game. And thank you guys for playing with me. I always
Of
appreciate it.
course. Love you, buddy. Much appreciated.
You're welcome, Omni.
Andy.
Thank you for not dying.
The
My
Giga Chat
pleasure.
himself. For staying
Giga
up
Chat.
late and running the game.
I'm so tired.
Thank you so much, Andy.
Yes, thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
Also,
I got,
again,
got
I'm
up
still-
early for me today.
What time?
9:30.
Wow, that is early. Holy shit.
That is early for me. Like normally I get up at like 10:30, or 11. Yeah, because I'm crazy and stay up until shit o'clock.
You're an artist. Artists do that thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm Lost Haven Art. I do the art stuff. Always have commission slots open for people. And yeah, I also run games on multiple channels. This one and my own channel. Wednesday I usually do something on my own channel, either the One Ring where we're playing for a campaign, Shadows of the North. We had our second session today. A lot of fun. If we're not doing the continuous campaign, we're doing one shots and then reviewing them. And on a Sunday, you can catch me here running something game changing. We're currently running Vampire the Requiem. We're about halfway through our story arc for that, and then we will likely be going back to Legends of the Five Ring, which is long overdue by this point, I think.
Yeah, I cannot wait to get back to Rokugan.
Yep. And yeah, here, late, once a month, Wednesdays, Dark Heresy, for the glory of the God Emperor.
Goddamn right.
But yeah, that's stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you, Andy. Thank you again for running it, man. Much love. Much appreciated as always, dude. Can't wait for more. Sucks that we have to wait a month, but I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks in chat, for being here. Much appreciated to you guys. Much love to y'all. Stick around. We're going to be raiding into Heroes and Hooligans. We love Hooli, and we're going to be spreading the love. What's today? Wednesday. So, next stream is Friday, Saints and Sinners, Session 2 of the second season, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Booty, Session 2 on Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Lancer at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, hosted by your boy, that way, Red. Gonna be a blast. Don't want to miss that. Andy, right up above me, hosting, fucking forgot the name of the campaign for a second, Lost Haven by Night, Vampire the Requiem First Edition, actual play on Tuesday, 2 p.m. on Sundays. Jesus Christ. I'm tired too, if you can't tell. On Monday, Death Roll, Session 1. High-level Spelljammer campaign. It's going to be fucking crazy. We're going to be destroying an entire world over the course of it, and probably then just going ballistic after that. So don't miss that. That's it's going to be a lot of fun. Mouse Guard Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then Call of Cthulhu Under the Jade Sky next Thursday on Red's channel at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you again, everybody. We love you, we appreciate you, and we will see you next time. Bye!
Bye-bye!
Bye.